What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Downtime with Downstar, episode number 84. We're here with Frank Downstar Garcia. This is your host, Alex from In and Out. How you doing today, Frank?
Hey, Alex. How you doing? Thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, no problem. So how you been doing?
Just got back from lunch right now with
you. Oh,
you.
yeah? Awesome. What'd you have at lunch?
An Italian sub.
An Italian sub. Dang.
It's different.
Yeah, it is. Being on the other side of it. Yeah.
Guys. But like Alex said, episode 84, thank you guys for listening. We might have a lot of new listeners right now, man.
Yeah. It's hard to follow up the last podcast with Mickey.
Shout out to Mickey, dude. He fucking killed it, bro.
Yeah, that was a really good podcast.
Yeah. It was easy because just sitting here and talking to Mickey, it felt like a friend that I've had forever.
Yeah, you guys have a lot in common too.
Yeah, I think that's what helped out a lot, us being a lot older and hopefully wiser.
Right.
You know, and, especially the thing with the car too.
You both have the EG6 SIRS.
The SIRS, yeah. And like I was telling you at lunch, he was way more knowledgeable about what came on that car than I was.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I haven't even seen his EG in person before.
I haven't either. It looks really cool in the pictures I've seen, though.
Especially since it has like that, what he was saying about the color, like the highlighter color,
highlighter yellow,
and how everything is. That car represents him.
Yeah, I thought that was cool because like even on my car, I haven't done anything that's really like that or anything. I didn't like, not that you couldn't do it, but I didn't know anybody who's done something like that means something behind just the color, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it gives you a different way of looking at things.
Yeah,
especially like a different way of looking at the build itself.
Yeah,
you know, because a lot of the cars you'll just take it as face value and then just say like, oh yeah, I don't like it or I like it, but when you hear the story behind it, that might make you have a different appreciation for it.
Definitely.
But that was a good podcast, man. I was super stoked on that. I have a lot of respect for Mickey. Just for him to make that drive.
Definitely.
From San Diego to here and back. Yeah. That's at least 5 hours out of his day.
Yeah.
Plus the 3 that we sat down and potted with.
Yeah,
dude.
Definitely.
And that's a lot of time to ask for somebody.
Yeah.
But I like that he was a man of his word. He said that he was going to do it.
Yeah.
And he didn't leave us hanging.
Yeah.
Which I really, really appreciate that a lot.
Yeah.
And for him to, like we were talking about at lunch, for him to see the value of the podcast and not only to see what it is now, but what it has the potential to be.
Yeah.
But, it was a good podcast. But now we're sitting here with you.
Oh, yeah. That's
Alex.
What's up.
Alex, if you guys don't know, is my right-hand man here at Downstar.
Yep.
So any crazy ideas that I have, he's usually the one to help me execute them.
Yep.
And we're working on some projects right here at the shop, so why don't you go over those?
I was going to say, speaking of crazy ideas,
there you go.
Working on stuff right now. So we have our like back room where we put all the bolts together, all that kind of stuff. And we have our computer set up right there where we print out the orders, we bring them over to the table and start working on the orders. But we have just like a break room kind of off to the side that we never really use for anything really. It has like a couch and just like,
we don't take breaks.
Yeah, exactly. Like we never even go and chill in there or anything. So it's kind of just wasted space, kind of like the podcast room was originally. Yeah. It was just like, and even I think before it was a break room, it was just kind of like a storage room more than anything. So we took the couch out yesterday and we're repainting it today, but we're going to make it into like the media room or like have all the computers in there so we can then have more space in the like regular room.
I don't know what we would even call that. The production room. Maybe.
Yeah, just like the behind the scenes room or something.
That's the room that we bag all the bolts in. Now that's going to be more specific for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so then you can have like almost like a hub because you could have like, oh, the podcast is over in this room and the bolts are over here in the center, right where the computers are going to be is going to be like the center of the shop almost.
Yeah, Downstar Media.
Yeah. And then you have more room in the back where our computer is now because you have like a whole desk space to like.
I measured it is 5 of those bolt containers.
Oh yeah, so exactly. You could have essentially 5 more colors or something if you wanted to. Yeah, like, enough space for them.
And bringing up the colors, we dropped off anodizing to get bronze done.
Oh, okay, sick.
Yeah, dude. So hopefully that'll be done by the end of the week.
Yeah, the bronze is cool because like I haven't seen it in person except for the couple samples we've gotten. But like the gold or the blue, it's hard to replicate the color every time. But I feel like the bronze is such a dark color that it's kind of like the black, where anytime they do it, it can come out pretty consistently.
Yeah.
And it still looks good.
Yeah, it's going to be dope, man. I'm excited to see what people get the bronze and what they use it on. And what colors it would match with.
Exactly, you know? Yeah.
Might look good on like some forest green or something. I don't even know.
I would probably say aluminum at first, like just like a silver color with the bronze bolts. Yeah. But like you could do anything. Like the pink might look good.
Ooh, that'll look good. You're right. Maybe even a white car.
Yeah.
Would look good with all bronze.
Yeah. You could even probably mix titanium in with it. Like the titanium nuts with the bronze washers and stuff or something.
Yeah. Speaking of titanium, I've been throwing around the idea of doing the beauty washers in titanium, but just not the bolts.
Okay.
So I was thinking we can do from the M5 all the way to the M14 in titanium.
That would be pretty sick.
You know, because that way we can just burn the washer itself and you'll still get the look.
Yeah, and in my opinion, the burned washer with a raw bolt looks better than burned on both of them.
Yeah.
You can see the contrast more.
Oh, yeah, definitely, dude. It'll look really good. So I think we might do that. But the thing is with titanium, it's just so expensive.
Yeah. Well, and especially like, I don't know if anybody knows, we burn every piece in house. Yeah. So it's like, it takes time too, you know, like.
It takes you time.
Yeah, exactly. I just burned like 10 pieces this morning, but it's cool. You like after a while, it's like, it's not hard. It just, you have to learn the technique on how to do it. And so like, I've been doing it for a little bit now and I've learned like we sell obviously M8, M10, M12 nuts. Those are what people get titanium versions of the most. Mm-hmm. And so like the M8 nuts and the M12 nuts, they burn really well and like they don't have a lot of splotches on them kind of. Yeah. But the M10 nuts, no matter how much you clean them, they always have like one or two little spots where like the dust didn't come off and like you can see it kind of. And I think it's just because the M8 is so small that it doesn't show up. Yeah. And the M12 is so big you can really get in and clean it. Yeah. So it's a big enough spot. But the M10 is like in the middle. Yeah. But
I think that's one of the attractions of the burnt stuff is that it's not every piece will be alike.
Exactly. It's not perfect and it has like a character behind it.
Yeah. So every piece is its own. And then I wish the V3s were a lot more popular. Yeah. Those are sick.
They are really cool.
It looks dope, man. I've been thinking about doing the right-hand drive with those, but then since we're in the transition of doing the gold zinc on that, I might just do everything black with gold zinc bolts.
Is that what you have on it right now? Is the black washers with gold zinc bolts?
Yeah, but I just did like half the car.
Yeah, because what was it before? It was the black and gold.
Just the regular blue zinc.
Oh, okay, with black washers.
With black washers. So I kept the washers, but then I changed out the bolts for gold zinc. Yeah, but I just took stuff home, and once I got home, you know, you don't take everything. I'm just like, oh, damn, I don't have this one, I don't have that. So really what it's going to take is to get the right hand over here, bring it over here, and bring it in the garage and do it up. So even that, we're getting ready to take the heavy in the streets EG out of the garage. Yeah. So take it out of there, put it away, and that way we'll have the garage open for whatever we want to do.
Yeah, well, you're getting your Chevelle back this week, or
hopefully today, bro. I'm fucking stoked, man.
Because it's been gone from us for like what, 6 months now or something at least.
Has it been?
Probably.
It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it was because the Heavy in the Streets has been there for a while, and even before it was in the shop, the Chevelle had already left. Yeah, but it was probably like January-ish that you sent it off, January or February.
Dude,
because by February we did Tuner Evo with this wall.
You're right.
And the wall was in the back.
You're right. Yeah, it has been gone a while. Yeah. We have the car over at Sharps in Oxnard. There, if you're familiar with Oxnard, they're on the end of Saviors and Wainimi Road, right there on the corner. And the guys there, Danny and Oscar, we actually went to the same school together, I believe.
Okay. That's cool.
One of my buddies told me about it. Yeah. And I went over there. We took the car actually, it wasn't even the Chevelle first. I took the truck, my dad's truck. Okay. I don't know if you ever remember that, because that was before you were working here. Is we took the truck and we towed the Heavy in the Streets car. Yeah. So when they got back, the motor was fucked up in my dad's truck. We fucked up the motor, dude. So I told my dad, like, hey, I guess I'm buying you a new motor.
Right.
So we found a crate motor, and they ended up installing it there. Cool. Yeah, just because of the recommendation, I believe, was from Ernie, my buddy Ernie.
Yeah.
That works at Vortec, the one that I was just telling you about.
Yeah.
So after that got taken care of, and I seen how much like attention they paid to it, and how cool that they were. Those are the guys that I wanted to work with the Chevelle.
Yeah.
So I took the Chevelle over there, and to be honest, I really don't care how long it's been there, dude, because it's been out of our hair. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, we have more space for other stuff.
To do other things, yeah. But I went by there yesterday. Car's done, started it up, everything is good.
Nice.
So they just wanted to wash it and detail it before I get it back. Yeah. So that's what they're working on now. And hopefully they give us a call by the end of the day. Go pick that bitch up, dude.
Awesome. I know you were talking about doing they were doing like a floor shifter instead of like the steering column one. Did they end up doing that?
They did.
That's sick.
Now it's going to have, I forget the brand it is. I'm not really that good with the muscle car stuff.
Yeah.
It's a good brand because I know what the good brands are.
Yeah.
But it just like doesn't come off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like K-Tune. You know?
I get you.
So it might be a Hurst shifter or H&M.
Something.
It's not H&M. H&M. H&M is the clothes.
Yeah.
It's a H&M shifter. It only lasts you for 10 shifts and then it shrinks. But yeah, we got the floor shift. I've always wanted a floor shifter.
That's cool.
Dude. Yeah.
That's cool that they can convert it like that.
Hell yeah, dude. So I got the floor shifter. We did fuel injected on it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yesterday they didn't even start it all day. So right when I went there, turned it on. You got to prime it, and then you just start it.
Yeah, instead of having to mess with the carburetor or whatever.
Mess with the carburetor, and just when there's a hot day or a cold day, the tune gets fucked up.
Yeah, now it'll be just like it'll be good to go.
Yeah, so that setup is a FI Tech, and they do have, you can go fuel injected with like a different intake manifold setup.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go that route because the blower that I have on it comes with the intake, and then the blower sits on top, and then the carburetor on top of that.
So you already had an aftermarket intake manifold.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to get a new one.
So if I would have done that, the whole top end would have to get replaced.
Yeah.
And then I would go with something like a Vortec or something like that, you know, which is like the serpentine. It goes on the serpentine belt.
Yeah.
Instead of the root style does the same way, but the root style sits on top of it, and then the other style supercharger, it's like a force induction.
Yeah.
Kind of. You know what I mean?
I
know I'm explaining it totally bad. But it works more like a turbo.
Yeah.
But the root style, it gets in the fuel, and then it like combust it and fucking does its magic. I don't know what the fuck it does.
Yeah, dude. I get you.
But it looks cooler.
Yeah, the one that comes on top and goes out the hood, all that.
It looks so much better.
Yeah.
I don't even plan on rocking a hood with that car.
Okay.
This is my plan for it. So at the front of it where the hood would latch, there's a little space where you can look in, and it doesn't look right because the hood latch is right there and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cover that whole thing up with a sheet metal.
Okay.
So then in the back area where the hood would cover that, I want to cover that area too.
Yeah.
So kind of like box it
matching all the way around, kind of. That'd be cool.
And then take it to the body shop somewhere. I don't know where.
Yeah.
So they can cut it out and fix the rust that's on it. But I do not want to paint it, dude. You're talking a paint job for that car, probably at least like 15 Gs.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you can't even drive it.
Yeah.
You can drive it, dude, and you get one ding.
Right, you're over.
That's going to ruin your day.
Yeah.
You know? So what I want to do is I want to have Gino from Vaderworks, I want to have him wrap it.
Oh, that would be cool.
I want to do the actual, the opposite of the M4. So a flat black or a matte black wrap.
Oh yeah,
with a big ass Downstar white
that would look really on the
good. Side, dude.
Almost like that would look like Fast and Furious.
Imagine that shit, dude.
That would be so cool.
And then the bumpers, wrap the bumpers too, and just make that shit look raw.
Yeah,
bro.
like murdered out and everything.
Fuck yeah,
that would look really good with the silver motor with the white Downstar on the side. That would look really good.
Plus the engine bay, that shit's almost done, dude. All I gotta do is just clean it up and dress it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing that we're gonna start offering is the dress up hardware for
in standard bolts.
Yeah. So
that'll be a good way to like promo the standard stuff because we have it now, but I don't think anybody really knows we sell it yet.
Yeah, there really hasn't been a reason for me to push it because I don't even have anything to use it on.
Yeah.
But once we get the car, then I look at the Chevelle and I'm thinking, okay, we could switch out this.
Yeah, definitely.
And then go from there.
Yeah.
But I want to take you for a drive in it, dude.
Yeah, I want to go. I haven't ridden in it ever, I don't think.
No. But Christian hasn't either.
Dang.
How crazy is that, dude? It's been a long ass time. I think Ash has only been in that car maybe 2 or 3 times.
Dang, that's the one. Yeah. It's the one that you got like forever ago when you were like your second or third car, right?
That was my second car.
Your second car, yeah.
So my first car I got in my junior year of high school.
Okay.
I believe, it was my junior year, and that was a 1980 Camaro.
Okay.
And I bought that shit for $1,000, and it was cool, man. It was a cool intro car into if you like cars as a hobby, or it could just be like a daily car or whatever. Yeah. You know. But then getting that car and figuring that, hey, I'm kind of into this car shit.
Yeah.
That made me steer more towards the Chevelle.
Yeah.
And I actually got the Chevelle from our neighbor across the street.
Oh, okay.
I would always see that car and I just like loved it, bro.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like a real muscle car.
Yeah.
My car didn't. Even though I put Flowmasters and stuff on it, it didn't sound tough because it was a 305, which is like a pussy motor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the car across the street had it even had single exhaust. The car across the street, which was the Chevelle, had dual exhaust.
Yeah.
It just sounded beefy, dude.
Yeah.
So then something happened with the trans and it just sat for months. So my dad ended up talking to the guy, and the guy sold us the Chevelle for $3,000, dude.
Dang.
With a motor and everything.
Yeah.
Just a bad trans.
Yeah.
$3,000. So my pops bought the car for me, but he said, you're gonna have to help me fix it and you're gonna have to pay for the transmission shit or whatever. So I said, fuck it, let's do it. And ever since then, bro, just fell in love with it.
Sick.
And I got that car the summer of junior to senior year.
Okay, so you didn't have the Camaro very long then.
Maybe like a year, maybe a little less. You know, it was still my first car. I wasn't treating it the best.
Yeah.
You know, I think I fucked the motor up or something. I don't know, dude. It's $1,000 car.
Right.
But when I got that Chevelle and then I drove it to school that first day, dude, that was like such a different feeling, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Like all the dudes were in love with me. The chicks didn't give a fuck.
Had the opposite effect.
Yeah, had the opposite effect, dude. Yeah, but it was really cool, dude. And that's a car I still have to this day, so I'm excited with it.
Awesome.
And it can be a daily because, I mean, we don't live far from the shop.
Yeah, and you don't have to smog it or anything.
Yeah.
Like, if you get pulled over, you're like, oh, well, it's basically legal because it's so old. Yeah. You know, like, whatever you want to do to it, you can do at that point.
Yeah, back then there was no laws, bro.
Yeah, right.
You do whatever the fuck you want. Wild West.
Right.
But,
hey, so what if you swap, like, an old engine into a new car?
Like they go off the chassis.
So what if you put like in the Chevelle, like not that you would, but like some new gnarly motor into that car? That'd be kind of cool.
Bro, I could put like 4 dudes in there, like holding it and strap them and then like whip them. You could do anything with those cars, bro. It does not matter. One time I got pulled over and it was 2 cops. So one had to be like the rookie cop.
Yeah, one was the trainer. And then
he's like, can you pop the hood? I'm like, okay, whatever, bro. Pop the fucking hood. He's like, where's the smog pump? So it's a 69, bro. What are you talking about? There's no fucking smog
He's all looking
pump.
For the emissions canister and everything.
Yeah, dude. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You don't even know what you're looking at.
That's funny.
How I feel about that car is that even a police officer is gonna admire it. They're gonna want to have it.
Well, that's what kind of sucks about modding old cars versus new cars. Like, somebody could have like the loudest car that's like super illegal, and it might be a smogged car, but it's like an older looking car. And so if it's like an old muscle car, and everybody's like, oh, that's a cool car. That's pretty or whatever. You know, like even like if you don't know cars, like that's cool. You know. But if you see like my car, like a stance out, or even like not even a stance out car, but like just a modified car that's a new car, people are like, oh well, that's just a loud car that's so obnoxious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like they get like a bad rap if you modify new cars, but then old cars just have that like, oh, it's a classic. You know what I mean?
It's carist.
Yeah,
it's definitely carist, bro. Because an old car will always get more respect than a new car.
Yeah.
And then you go to these car shows that have all these old cars, and you're like, dude, that's a piece of shit, bro.
Right?
Your car is fucking whack.
Yeah.
And just because it's a 71 Camaro.
Yeah, it doesn't make it like cooler than, let's say, like 19 Camaro that somebody just modified.
Exactly, dude. Sometimes I'll see those cars at the show and I'm like, bro, get this piece of shit out of here.
Yeah, right.
It's not only that you haven't done nothing with it, like you haven't even tried. It's dirty and you haven't done shit. So there's a lot of people that just they don't have respect for new cars.
Yeah, that's kind of why I honestly like the new cars, because like people care a lot more about them, and like not that everybody does, but you can see like when people try to do it and like they know that everyone's gonna hate on him anyway, kinda, so they just kind of do what they want or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of a cooler vibe than like the older. Not that older cars are bad, but like most of the time the people who have the old cars don't really like respect the new cars like we would respect the old cars. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Talk your shit, bro. Say whatever the fuck you want.
Right? Like
fuck old people. Fucking hate old people, man.
Right?
And your stupid rules.
Right? But yeah, this dude will have like some old like a Chevelle and it's sitting in his garage and be like, oh, that guy's FRS is too loud. Like, yeah. And your Chevelle that's in the garage isn't kind of, you know what I mean? Like
that shit registers on the Richter scale.
Yeah,
bro.
right.
That shit wakes everybody up.
Right.
And that's kind of the thing that scares me, bro, is if I leave early to work or something, that car is
it's loud.
The M's loud enough as it is.
Yeah, the M is loud.
Especially the cold start, dude.
Yeah.
That car is loud, but the Chevelle, it's just like, it's like King Kong, dude.
Yeah, dang. My neighbor next door, he has I think a Camaro and a Mustang, like an old one though. I think it's like the first gen of each one.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's had them like since I've been alive, I think, and he's been restoring them kind of.
Yeah.
And he's finally got the Mustang working as of like 2 years ago maybe. But so we'd always wake up because he used to start like prime. I don't know if it's got a carburetor on it or not, but like probably he was like priming it and like trying to see it in the morning, like 7 a.m. on Saturday. Yeah, or he'd be like, what? Like trying to get it to turn over, and like he'd have to like wumba, like just starting it up. So luckily when I got my car, it's like, all right, everyone kind of knew that what loud cars were because then the neighbor had one, you know.
Yeah. That's why I hope the place that we move to, everybody's really cool, man. Yeah. Because that's going to really bug me, bro.
Yeah. Well, even like I was watching TJ Hunt's vlog the other day, and he has a house now, and he's like, yeah, I used to drive the BRZ home, and I like wouldn't even care if it was loud, but he's like, now that I own a home, I'm kind of like, oh, shoot, this is kind of loud, actually. Like,
makes you think about things a lot
differently, he like respects, man. Like, oh, I had to work this hard to get my house. So it's like, I don't want to be woken up by a car in the morning, you know? So it's like, why would any of these people want to, you know?
Yeah, my mentality has changed so much from when I was younger, dude.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I'll see these videos on Facebook or Instagram or whatever of people just doing, like, burnouts in front of their house.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I would never.
Right?
At this time, right now, right? I would never do a burnout in front of my house.
Yeah.
That is, like, so disrespectful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way that I think about it.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, this is everybody's street. This is everybody's home. This is your home is where you come to recharge at.
Yeah.
And you're right there just acting like a fucking jackass. But that's not how I used to think back in the day.
Yeah, right?
Like when I've told this story before, when I built the right-hand drive, I built it inside of my garage, bro. We would be grinding at 12 o'clock, 1 in the morning. And I didn't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Cops would bang on the garage door. Okay, cool. All right, we're done.
Yeah.
And that was my sign to stop.
Yeah.
Not realizing that the garage, the back wall of the garage was the wall of somebody else's house, their apartment. Yeah. They lived right there. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know? We painted that engine bay inside that shared garage on a Saturday afternoon, and the whole entire block smelled like paint.
Yeah.
And I did not give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just at that time that stuff kind of really didn't matter to me.
Yeah. Well, it's not that you can't paint your bay or like shave stuff down, but it's like you got to just kind of do it like during the day more. You know what I mean? Like I don't think anybody really thinks about that when they're young, and some people never even realize that when they get older too, but like
I think that's the worst. Yeah, when you're younger, you'll learn your lessons when you learn them. But when there's older people that just don't have respect, like, dude, who the fuck raised you?
Yeah,
dude?
right.
You always get this idea that once you get to this certain age, you start acting like a grown up. You start thinking like a grown up. But no, you're just older.
Right.
If nobody ever taught you manners, if nobody taught you how right from wrong, you're not just gonna magically learn those skills.
Yeah,
one day,
exactly.
And it's just as simple as saying please, saying thank you, holding the door for somebody. Yeah. It's just, especially around here, dude, around Oxnard, you see it all the time, bro, is these people that don't have no fucking manners, dude.
Yeah.
And that shit bothers me a lot, man. But it could be that I'm just a fucking old man. I don't know.
Right, when did your mentality change?
I don't know, man. I think when it really started changing is when Christian started getting older, and I realized that the things that he was doing would come off as rude.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So I would kind of tell him, like, don't do that because of this.
Yeah.
And
it makes you think about
what I would do
in the same situation, kind of.
But when I was his age, dude, I was not half as respectful as he is, man. Dude, Christian has like the craziest manners, dude. Hey, when he meets somebody, he shakes their hand, he looks them in their eyes, and he's like a little grown adult.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. I said, dude, you don't have to be a certain age to learn these lessons. Like, you're going to have to learn them the easy way or the hard way.
Yeah.
And might as well learn them right now.
Yeah. Well, and you'll probably get more like respect and stuff if you have them when you're young, and people will like take you more seriously as a kid. You know what I mean?
Definitely, dude. Because that was my biggest thing as a kid. Like, nobody takes me seriously.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about me. Nobody's asking me shit. No one listens to my opinion because I'm a kid.
Yeah.
But granted, I really didn't have the best opinions. I wasn't very well-rounded.
Yeah.
Dude, Christian's already traveling around, going places with us, meeting new people.
Yeah.
He's experienced way more things than I was.
Yeah.
So he's growing, he's getting a lot more mature at a young age.
Yeah.
But it's a hard balance between maturity and still being able to be a kid.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like almost part of what my problem was in high school, is that like I was almost too mature for like what everybody else was trying to do, and like people like, oh, let's go to this party, and I'm like, why? Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like, what's the point in that? Which, like, looking back, I kind of wish I'd been like, yeah, sure, let's go, or like, you know what I mean? Sometimes, but like, I mean, I think that it would benefit you more to be more mature at a younger age than to like not be mature. You know what I mean?
The only thing that you're missing out on is like trivial experiences that don't mean
exactly.
shit.
I feel like in the long run, being mature will get you more stuff and quicker, and like be a better, like, not influence, but like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, like a better way to live your life, kind of.
Oh no, definitely, man. I say this all the time about you, dude, is that you could be hanging out. I was talking to Mickey about you off air, and I was like, dude, Alex is so mature, he could be here with us right now, and we wouldn't even know how old he is.
Yeah.
We would just all be kicking in here having an intelligent conversation.
Yeah.
There's never a time that you say something I'm like, damn, that's like
you're like, what did they
very,
say?
Very young of you.
Yeah.
Very young way of thinking about
you.
things. And that's good, is because that broadens your horizon so much.
Yeah.
Is that I'm already 34, you're gonna be 20, and we just like can communicate.
Yeah.
That's a 14-year gap.
Right? That's
So you can communicate with somebody within a 14-year span.
Yeah.
Just think of some of your other friends or whatever.
Yeah, they wouldn't probably be able to, like, or they could talk to them, but not in like a way where you're on the same level.
Yeah. Exactly, dude. And then I see it from that point of view too, because I kind of feel that same way. When I was younger, I would think about my decisions that I would make, and a lot of them I wouldn't make them because I knew that they were bad decisions. Yeah.
Well, even sometimes when you're a kid, you don't even think about like, oh, is this a good decision? Or you don't even think about like what the consequences are, which is kind of what makes a kid almost. But yeah, you just have to realize that at some point, like, all right, that like if I shave my engine bay at 2 a.m., there are consequences to it. You know what I mean?
Even before that, when I was younger, that like going to parties and stuff like that. Yeah. Sometimes, like you said, I wish that I would have done those things because those are experiences that I'm never getting back.
Yeah.
But I think that those experiences are things that like you learn them at the the right times.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
a lot of those people that were doing those things, it was they were trying to be older than they actually were.
Like now, if I was to go to a party now, I'd realize like, all right, cool, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing it so like basically I kind of have the experience as opposed to like, let's go party. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of because I know why I'm going now instead of just like going to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And too, on those kind of experiences, that's when people have like, you know, underage sex.
Yeah, that's when like problems happen and stuff.
Drugs, and who knows where that shit's gonna lead you. Yeah, exactly. Man. And those aren't good roads to be down.
Yeah, I had some friends that like they would smoke in high school and everything. Like I'm sure most kids do at this point, honestly. But like, like some of them they smoked, and then like now that they're in college, it's like, all right, cool, yeah, you could smoke, no one cares. You know what I mean? So like it's like I have a couple friends who are like, yeah, I haven't really like drank or smoked in like 6 months, whatever, because it's just like there's not really any reason to, kinda. And then other people who like didn't get out of that like habit in high school, they're like, you know, like going a little bit farther down every day, kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so you see it like after high school almost just kind of splits, like that I've seen even.
Yeah.
Where it's like, all right, yeah. So some people like they realize like, all right, cool, like, yeah, you have a drink or whatever, but it's like they're not gonna be like more popular because you do, you know?
Yeah. How I think about it is there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
And Christian is gonna go through those kind of experiences, but it should be at the time when he's mature enough to handle those decisions. And even when in like my early 20s, we would go out a lot, go to the clubs and things like that. But I still always knew like, yo, if you drive drunk, this is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends never thought like that.
Right.
And they ended up getting DUIs and getting themselves in trouble.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just... It's better to have more tools in your tool belt.
Well, and at the same time, it's like, all right, if there's people who do realize that driving drunk isn't good, all that kind of stuff, why are you trying to hang out with the people who think it's a good idea to do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if they're going to drive drunk, what kind of influence are they going to have on you? You know, you may as well be hanging out with people who are like a good influence that'll like support you in whatever you're trying to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which that brings up like a really good topic, man. And that was something that I had to learn, like, shit, within the past few years.
Yeah, you've been telling me about it.
That's been a really hard lesson for me to learn, and that's one that I hope that people really listen to my experiences on it. Is that I even posted this up last night, but basically the end said don't mistake a good time and a good friend.
Yeah,
like they're two totally different things.
Yeah,
you know? There's definitely a lot of people that I've had so many good times and good memories with that are just terrible friends.
Yeah.
They didn't have my best interests at mind. They really didn't care. They used me for my car or me buying lunch or whatever trivial thing. You know, they never reciprocated the feeling. It wasn't a mutual relationship.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to be able to point those ones out, to see the red flags, and to stop myself from growing a relationship with this person, you know?
And you've talked about that before, like when you go to cars or whatever, like, all right, cool, these guys were having a good time, but they weren't helping me with the business or whatever. It would, like, and maybe it doesn't have to be with Downstar, but just like you've told me about times where like, oh, okay, cool, this person was like seemed like a cool guy and I had fun with him, but he didn't help me in the end, kind of like
many times.
Not that everybody needs to help you like achieve, like you're not in a way where it's like this guy needs to be my friend because I'm getting something from, but just a way where it's like, yeah, he's like genuinely a good person who cares about what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nowadays, I have friends that will hit me up and just to see how I'm doing.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of people that you need around.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's been so many times that I've spent times with people and with friends that I thought were friends back in the day.
Yeah.
And say we're going to go out. It was already known that since I didn't drink, I was going to be the one to drive.
Yeah.
But nobody ever took into consideration that I was the one who was obligated to drive every time.
Yeah.
Because I made the conscious decision that alcohol wasn't something that would benefit me, so I didn't want to drink.
Yeah, they almost probably were not like saying like, all right, cool, Frank can come because we know he's going to drive.
Because he's going to drive.
Yeah, so that you were like being almost used just to like, because they knew you were going to drive, as opposed to like, oh, let's invite Frank, he's a cool guy to hang out. It's like, oh, let's invite Frank because he can drive.
Exactly, dude. And even now to this day, like I really don't have many people that'll hit me up and say, all right, be ready at this time.
Yeah.
I'll go pick you up and shit.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know if it's because in their subconscious mind that like, oh, he can do it, we'll take the M or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I wish that more people would take that kind of stuff into consideration.
Yeah, yeah.
As much as I try to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, you want to go do this? Let's go. We'll just do it. It's going to be fun. Just to have my company there.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's one thing that I've been trying to tell you too, is that you bring a lot to the table. You know, not only your personality, just the person that you are, the examples that you set.
Yeah.
And it's just you just need to be more cautious and conscious about the time that you give to other people.
Definitely. Yeah.
And which is hard, man, you know, because like I said, you have a good time with some people.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to hang out with them and you want to do things with them, but there's those small things that bother you.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, that dude didn't call me back or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one that's doing this, and why isn't he pulling his weight?
Yeah.
And at those times, then you have to realize, yo, why is this person around? Is this person around because they know that, like, I'm mature and I'm going to take care of everything?
Yeah,
That's not fucking cool, dude.
Yeah. Like,
you know?
at some point it's not worth it to even like hang out with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks. It's like, all right, you might lose a friend, you know, but like, you'll probably be better off in the end.
Oh,
but
definitely.
it still sucks to like lose a friend almost because like they weren't being the one to like help out and pull their weight in the friendship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With that, hopefully one day they will realize what happened and they can use that information to better themselves.
Yeah, definitely.
In the future.
Yeah, I've had a friend who like we weren't friends kind of, and like we've become friends again, and they realize like, and they even told me like, yeah, like I was kind of a dick back in like whatever grade or whatever, you know, like they realized that they weren't being as nice. Like they're like, yeah, you were pretty cool, and like they weren't being as nice as they should have been, basically, you know, which is kind of cool to hear. Like, all right, I appreciate that, you know?
Yeah. There's very few friendships that I lost that I wouldn't entertain, you know, hanging out with them or having dinner or something like that. But there's kind of no reason to.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, there's the group of people around me that have been around, that have like treated me right, respected what I bring to the table.
Yeah. So if you're not going to like get rid of those guys to go hang out with somebody who used to be like a piece of shit.
And now they came around like, nah, I'm good on that. You know? Like,
definitely.
I wish everybody the best. I hope everybody has a good life, but that doesn't mean I have to be involved in your life, you know. And there's a couple people out there that I could just give a fuck about them.
Yeah,
right. Know? Yeah. And just they do not exist in my universe.
Yeah.
Anymore, which is hard to say, you know. And still, even saying that doesn't make me regret the times that we had.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because those times that we shared, those memories that we made,
and you learn stuff from them too. As in the
process. Hell yeah, dude, I've learned so much from shitty friends and from people that have done me bad that like I am forever grateful to them for, because it showed me the flaws in my thinking. Yeah,
well, that's the way you have to look at it. It's like, all right, so you could be like, oh man, this guy just like pissed all over my ideas, like he wasn't that cool. But you could think about it as like, all right, cool, like you can either analyze your end of the reason, like what was I doing that could have been better, and like you eventually grow from those situations. And that's the biggest way that I've been growing lately, is holding myself accountable for things. And even when something isn't necessarily my fault, if somebody would see it from the outside looking in, they wouldn't think it was my fault, but it was still my fault because my thinking allowed me to be in that situation. You know what I mean? I get you. Unless it's something just randomly out of nowhere, like the car gets hit or something like that. Definitely. You know? But if it's a friend that does me wrong, that's my fault for not seeing the signs of that friend. Well, and every time that happens, you like realize the sign, so you know not to do it the next time, and you can learn from it like that too. Yeah, dude. But I think that you have a really bright future ahead of you, man. Thank you. And the way that you think, it's gonna do you good in the future. Thank you. For sure, man. And a lot of kids that are your age, like, they're thinking about the wrong things. Man. They're doing stupid shit, and they're just wasting time. You know. I always speak about time, man, and it's not just because I'm a business owner, dude. If I was Christian's age, I would think about time. You know, like I was telling him the other day,
he stays with us at the shop every once in a while.
Yeah.
Because he's on summer break, so he was just chilling on the couch playing his game.
Yeah.
And then we went to lunch, and I said, "Oh, are you gonna go skate in the back in a little bit?" Or this is what I asked him. I said, "What would you want to be when you grow up?"
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, I want to be a pro skater." I'm like, "All right, cool. Do you think you're gonna get that way from playing the video game?" He's like, "Well, yeah, I'm just learning how to do tricks." I'm like, "No, dude, that's totally different, bro."
Yeah.
I'm like, do you think that P Rod and Nija, like, when they were your age, do you think that they were staying inside playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Yeah, yeah.
No, they were out fucking skating. And these 2-3 hours that you're playing just on your phone, watching YouTube or skating or whatever, you could be in the back practicing your kickflips, practicing, and you could get it down.
Yeah.
You could have all your tricks on lock.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, dude, he's 12 years old. Nobody's ever talked to me like that when I was 12.
Yeah.
But I was saying, dude, your time is invaluable, man.
Yeah.
This time that you're staying here at the shop, these 6 hours, you can learn one new trick a day.
Yeah.
If you dedicated 6 hours to it. And it's just one thing that I don't think that people really realize or even respect is time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's one thing that made me think about the friends as well. It's like when I worked at Best Buy, right? So I would get paid whatever, $15 an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm there getting paid $15 an hour. So that's how much my time is worth.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what it's worth because I'm getting paid $15 for an hour of my time.
Yeah.
So after that, if I would go hang out with some guys, we'd go out or whatever.
Yeah.
If I hang out with them for 4 hours, that's $60 I could have potentially
60 bucks. Yeah.
So, and if I leave that interaction with them being like, damn, that dude was acting like a dick. Why did he say that about me?
Yeah.
Why were they joking on me or whatever?
Yeah.
I just paid you theoretically $60 of my time to make fun of me, to make me feel like shit.
Yeah.
You know? That's not right, bro.
Yeah. And I even think about stuff now, like, since I've been hearing your podcast and stuff, I'll think about, all right, cool, I make X amount of dollars an hour. Like, I know that I make this much an hour, right? So now it's like, oh, this car part's $200, let's say, right? All right, cool, 200 divided by X amount of dollars. So I was like, all right, if I want to go get lunch here, I worked for half an hour to have that lunch, you know? So I think about it like that now, which is kind of, like, not funny, but it's kind of interesting that I think about it like that now. Because I think, like, all right, cool, this car part, it'll cost me 6 hours of work. You know, like, I worked one day to get this car part, you know? So it's like, I think about all that now, like, when I spend my money, kind of like, all right, what am I really spending it on? Like, how much of my, like, time and worth was this thing to me? You know what I mean? Kind of.
No, definitely, man. And it makes you a lot more conscious about the way that you respect money and the way that you spend your money.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I don't think people think like that.
No, I don't. Because I wouldn't have thought like that unless I'd met you at all. Like,
it's the most logical way.
Yeah, to put it makes things. A lot of sense once you start thinking about it like that.
Yeah, and if you're gonna go to the club and you end up spending $100 or something, and then you only get paid $10 an hour, you just wasted 10 hours of your life.
Yeah, well, that's like I was even saying. I was down in San Diego at a club this weekend, and the Red Bulls were $6 for a little, like, 8-ounce can, and this one guy got 2 of them, and I'm like, dude, okay, so you just spent $12 on Red Bull, like on 2 little cans of Red Bull, right? That's like probably an hour's worth of work for a minimum wage job, you know? Like, you just worked an hour so you could drink, like, 6 sips of Red Bull? Like, what are you thinking, kind of? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, are you serious? Like, what the? It was
when you start putting it like that, dude. That would change a lot of people's perspective on how they spend their time.
Yeah, because $12, you're like, oh, it's $12. That's not anything. But you're just like, all right, well, that's an hour of you worked an hour for those 2 little Red Bulls. Like, oh, okay. Like,
when you break it down like that, And I always say that, man, and even further than that, when you spend money with a company and you've spent 15 hours of your life, literally of your life, 15 hours from clocking in to clocking out, you gave to X company. And they don't even appreciate it.
Like, oh, we'll get back to you in like next week, kind of like.
They're leaving you on the hang. You know, maybe it's some wheels that you custom wheels.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Waiting 6 months for some wheels. Like, bro, I just worked 1.5 months straight for these wheels. and you're not even gonna like appreciate my time that I spent on it. Like, fuck you, dude.
Right?
I'm not spending money with you.
Yeah.
Why am I gonna spend money with you? You don't even appreciate my time.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you see these wheel companies, and we're not talking about any specific wheels. I haven't bought custom wheels forever. But then you see this company, and they don't even care about you.
Yeah.
You come to their booth, they disrespect you. You don't matter to them. You're just a dollar sign to them.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one thing that really brings a lot of people to us as well, is that they understand that we appreciate their time and money and energy that they give to us.
Yeah. Well, because I feel like even if you look on the Downstar page, like, you'll know it's a bolt company because you can see the picture. But at first, you wouldn't even, like, if you watch it, you don't even think it's really a bolt company sometimes, because it's like there's just so, like, you guys post so much like motivational stuff and just like more like almost life lessons than anything else, kind of, which I think is super cool, because there's no one else that does that I know of.
Yeah, dude. And sometimes I wish that there was.
Yeah, because it does help, like you were saying, like, yeah, if somebody's to come personally from Downstar, if they follow the page, they only know that, like, all right, cool, you spent $100, like, we really appreciate that time basically that you gave us, because like we would, like, yeah, it's super cool that you did that, you know? So it's like, yeah, we're gonna get this stuff out to you as like quick as we can. If we can't get it out today, we'll call you and say, oh, like, this is what's up, you know what I mean? Kind of.
Yeah, no,
because it's like, why wouldn't you appreciate it?
And we hear that all the time, is that, oh, you guys are so humble, you guys are this and that, and I'm just like, thank you, I appreciate that, but who are these other companies that you're working
like
with?
Why? Yeah, because why wouldn't you be appreciative of somebody spending money with you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, I think that that's one reason that people really fuck with us, is that we show our appreciation.
Yeah.
And two is that we show the lessons that we've learned. Yeah. And people can actually see the brand evolving. Yeah. And growing, and they've seen it since the beginning. Yeah. Which is really cool, man. And it's just an honor to just be able to do this. Yeah. To do this, what we're doing right now, you know?
Well, that's another thing I think is cool about you and Downstars, that you do share like those lessons and stuff. Because like a lot of people are probably like, oh, well, I learned this, and like for whatever reason they're like not going to share it, kind of. And it's like, why would you not share this lesson that would probably benefit a lot of people, just because you want to like better yourself, kind of, but not let anybody else get better like that?
I think that might be it, dude, which is really shame, man, because there's a lot of guys that I get compared to or mentioned in the same sentence. Yeah. And I know these dudes, and I keep an eye on everybody in the community, and I'm just like, that's not fair. Yeah. It's not fair to say that I'm the same as this person when this person isn't doing a quarter of the stuff that we do. Yeah. You know, it's not about money. It's not about sales. You know, it's about making the connections that you can with the community. Yeah. And I know for a fact that they're not, dude. And it's not, it bothers me sometimes that I'm in the same criteria as these people.
Yeah, definitely.
When maybe they've been grandfathered in because they've been in the community longer than I have. Yeah. You know? Like, this is today. Today is today, man. Right. Like, show me what you've done today. Yeah. And that's why I posted that yesterday about, like, dude, I give at least 3 people a shout out on my page just from me being like, oh, that dude's fucking doing good. Yeah, yeah. You know, like, the day before yesterday, I was on live, and some dude, he was like, hey, I just started my own podcast. And I said, dude, shoot me the link. Yeah. And that night I listened to it, and I was like, oh, that's fucking dope. And it's a guy here from Oxnard.
Oh, awesome.
So that shit just excites me as it is. Yeah. So I told him, dude, any advice you need, let me know, bro. I'll let you know the mic setup or how to schedule things, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah. Because I want to see him grow. Yeah. I went and I posted that up, did a swipe up, and like, I don't have to do that kind of shit.
Oh, yeah, right. You know? And no one else does that in like the community or whatever, really. Yeah.
Exactly. But it's just, I know that this will help, you know, maybe boost his feeling about what he's doing.
Yeah, make him feel like he's doing something right. You know what I mean?
Exactly, dude. That, or guys that are having an event, like we have the illest, the super ill.
Oh yeah,
that's going
sick.
On today. Yeah, we gotta Sunday.
Talk about that in a sec after this.
Yeah. So I'm helping promo that too, and it's like, none of this I get paid for, dude. Yeah, I'm just helping out because these are the people that I want to align myself with. Yeah. People that are hustling, trying to do better. Yeah,
and even in the long run, that's gonna help you out probably. Like, somebody be like, "Oh, I'll come on the podcast because you helped me with mine when I was starting up." You know, like
It was kind of what when we did the episode with Mikey Taylor, what he was talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I was asking him questions on how are some tips to like network with bigger whatever influencers or whatever you want to call them. He's saying, dude, you just help out whenever you can and however you can, and it's not like I'm helping out to get something out of it.
Yeah, you're just helping out because you want to. Like,
it would be the same way as if somebody was always helping out Downstar.
Yeah,
and there's a certain group of people that are always reposting our stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Always commenting or whatever.
Yeah.
So if that person is ever working on something and they reach out to me, I'm like, dude, I got you, no problem.
Yeah.
You know, we're all in this thing together. We're all working as a team. But there is guys out there that do have a bigger influence than I do.
Yeah.
That they don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they don't have to. You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's fair to be compared to those kind of people.
Yeah, that are bigger but they don't do anything. Where you might be smaller but you do way more for everybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But shout out to everybody that's out there hustling, man, making their own content and trying to do something with their life.
Yeah.
I've been hooked on that new the podcast, Aki's new podcast.
Oh yeah, we've been playing in the shop for a while now.
Yeah, so in the shop, guys, we haven't really shown the showroom yet because it's not finished. So once it's finished, we'll go over a whole thing of it. But maybe you guys have seen it. We repainted it, put a TV up and stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll put a YouTube video on, and we'll just let it play all day. And I've been playing Aki's channel, which is Keep Gunnin. So if you guys go to YouTube, you can just search Keep Gunnin. And him and his partner is Vicky. They have the podcast. It's called the Guncast.
Yeah.
And they're on episode 13, I believe.
I think, I saw 12 last week, I think.
Yeah, and if you guys are listening to this, if you're in the Honda community, you know that Aki has like a very bad rep. There's so many people that just talk shit about him and drag him, and I mean, I understand it because he's the kind of guy not to back down. He'll say whatever the fuck he wants to say.
Yeah. And
a lot of people can't take that. They can't take that. It's an uncomfortable thing to them, you know?
Definitely.
But I think it's dope, dude. I think it's dope for you to be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Yeah.
Feel however the fuck you want to feel, and whatever the consequences are is like whatever. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
That's the way that I think about it.
Right.
And that's dope. I see that as something that's really cool, you know? So that would probably stop people from even watching the podcast.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because that podcast, I really, really like it, dude.
Yeah.
It's not even only about cars. It's about life experiences. It's about like just cool current events that are going on. And it's dope to see just like us, two friends talking about life and talking about whatever they want to talk about. So I've been super stoked on that podcast. That's pretty dope. And I think he listens to our podcast. I don't know if he listens to it just when there's like a car guy on or something.
Yeah.
But he's mentioned it a few times in the podcast,
awesome.
his podcast.
Awesome.
And I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
And he's also discussed some situations that happened with us in the past, not me and him, but like he was involved in it, but just the way that so-and-so friends treated me, and he addressed it. And that was really, really dope of him, because there was friends that could have said something but they didn't. And that made me feel a certain kind of way, man. I understand that not a lot of people like to get down in the dirt and, you know, be involved in these kind of situations, but I don't really like to either, dude. Sometimes you get dragged into it, and you've been around where I've been dragged into certain situations, and I'm like, it feels really lonely, man. You end up feeling really lonely because at those times you realize, like, damn, this person didn't even say shit. This person didn't even care, you know? And they could have. They could have said something that could have backed up my character. And they didn't. But to have somebody else that everybody questions their character.
It almost puts you in like the same group, kind of like all right, cool. We know what each other's going through because people didn't help us in a time of need, basically.
Exactly, dude. For him to put to use his platform to tell everybody, like, look, what happened or whatever the situation was, like, that wasn't his fault. You know, but I appreciate that, you know, and he didn't have to do that. So if you guys get a chance, make sure you check out his podcast. I think it's really good content.
Yeah, it is. One, like I was saying, I didn't even know, not that I didn't know who he was, but I didn't know anything about him. I was just watching it from like an outside perspective. But yeah, it's really good.
It's funny, huh?
Yeah, I liked it.
And the only problem with it is that he doesn't have a mic setup.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's that he doesn't see the value. We were supposed to talk on the phone or something. I don't know if he doesn't see the value of it or whatever.
Yeah.
But if he was able to invest in the equipment, dude, I could let him know how to get set up on everything.
Yeah.
SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, you know, have a weekly schedule. He already has it scheduled. He already has sponsors and shit like that.
There
so
you go.
It could just make it even bigger.
Yeah, definitely.
Some of those episodes already have like 2,500 views on them. Nice. Which is good. You know, he's having comments. He's having people interact with it. And that's one thing that I want to do for this podcast.
Yeah, I think putting him on YouTube like you did with Mickey's today, that'll help out a lot.
Definitely, dude. So if you guys are just listening to this right now, we released Mickey's podcast on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Downstar Inc. If you go to that, the video's on there, which I'm going to start uploading all of the past episodes.
Yeah.
Which, granted, they're not going to be in chronological order, but I don't know if there's anything I could really do about that.
You could probably make a playlist somehow and put them in
That's
order.
what I was thinking. If I make a playlist, am I able to edit the playlist?
I think so.
Okay.
I would assume so.
I'm going to have to look into that because if I can, that's going to give me a lot more motivation to do it.
Because you could put here's vlogs in one, here's installs in another, here's podcasts in another on the channel.
Exactly. And I don't know if you saw on my Instagram the highlights that I did.
I know of highlights, but I don't know if I've seen yours recently.
So what I did is I have a highlight for YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes. And I got that from the Basement Yard.
Oh, yeah?
Because I went to Joe's page and I seen all the little logos. And then I clicked on it and then it swipe up.
That's cool. That's a good
super fucking good idea, dude. I'm like, damn, I don't know why I didn't think of that.
So you can just go to the page, click on whichever picture you want, and it'll go to that service to listen to the podcast.
So say if you're a Spotify guy, go to the Spotify one, swipe up, and you're right there on
That's really
Downtime
cool.
with Downstar. Yeah, dude. So
hey, shout out to the Basement Yard. That's a cool idea.
Hell yeah, dude. Shout out to the Basement Yard, man. That's a good pod. You're the one that got me into that one.
Khalif got me into that. We've said it before.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's so funny, dude, because I think of that pod as your pod.
Right.
But that's from Khalif. Shout out to Khalif too, man.
Yeah, he just posted a picture the other day that he's learning how to weld.
Oh, really?
He's super good from he just welded two pieces together.
Yeah,
but he looks super good because that's what he's trying to do. I think is be like a fabricator.
That's what he was saying. So he was interning in with us for probably 3 months or so.
Yeah, I think it was like a semester.
Yeah. So he interned with us. Khalif's a fucking really rad ass dude.
Yeah.
And that was his idea, is he's gonna open a fabricating shop.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked to see him working on that. Definitely. That's cool. We need to hit him up, have lunch or something.
Yeah, right. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah, but yeah, dude. As soon as we get this room finished, guys, right now right before lunch.
Hey, we're watching paint dry at this point.
We're watching paint dry. We just painted that room. We went to lunch, and then I said, well, let's just knock out the podcast really quick.
Yeah.
And then once we finish this, we'll go in there and finish off a layer of paint. And if everything goes good, maybe tomorrow or maybe Friday, since we don't have the podcast on Friday.
Tomorrow's Thursday, yeah.
We can go to IKEA.
Yeah.
And go get a desk.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, dude. So we could start that media room. But I'm really excited about that, man.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of content that we're not producing.
Yeah.
And it's a huge opportunity.
Yeah, definitely.
For us. I've had people telling us we need to get back on vlogging and things like that.
Yeah. Well, and like you were saying, it's definitely like Mickey was saying in the last podcast too. It's like a full-time job to do YouTube, basically. You got to plan it out, record it, edit it, post it. It's not just take a video today. It's you gotta all right, cool, Monday we're gonna film, Tuesday we're gonna edit, Wednesday we'll post, stuff like that almost. You know what I mean? With making the podcast too, it's not just we're recording, it's done. It's you gotta record it and then edit a little bit, like put the two soundtracks together and upload
make
it, like
the commercials.
Yeah, it's not just like it's not easy. It's just not that it's not easy, but it takes a long time to do. It takes time.
Yeah, definitely. And then when we have so many other things going on, it's just like you don't have much time left over.
I think that'll be cool though with the media room is like, all right, cool. Here's a dedicated space that's like editing, whatever, like computer work, as opposed to like, oh, you're at the computer, but the bolts are right here, so you could go do that real quick and then come back to the computer, kind of. You know what I mean?
Exactly, dude.
You'll be able to be more focused on it.
Yeah, so my idea for it is to get another computer so you can have a dedicated computer for whatever task that you have going on.
Yeah, I was even thinking like that, or like you could have like, all right, here's the bolt computer and here's the edit computer or something like that. Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of cool.
Well, I think both computers with the same exact thing will be fine. Yeah. We'll just call our guy over and he'll put the bootleg programs on it.
Hey, government, stop listening to this right now if you're listening.
We'll just put Final Cut on it and Photoshop.
Yeah.
But you already know how to use Photoshop, right?
Yeah.
Do you have it at home?
I don't, which I want to get it because I know like your
guy can do it. That's right. Yeah.
So maybe if he comes to do the computer, I'll bring my laptop in. But I actually learned how to do it in school last year. I took like a they called it digital photography. Mm-hmm. But it was basically like, it was funny because it was this class where you got to, she was like, oh, watch this like easy tutorial on Photoshop, right, on YouTube, and then go like make a picture in Photoshop. So like you could do the assignment in like 10 minutes. Yeah. But it would take kids like all day because they just mess around on the computer or whatever. Mm. So I would just do the assignment real quick and then like I made logos and all this kind of stuff I just learned how to do it as I went almost. Yeah. On Photoshop. So I know I have like I'd say like a little more than a basic grasp of it, but I'm not like way up there where guys can do like, oh, I designed this whole like intro on Photoshop.
Got you.
But it's fun to use, you know, like I like to edit pictures on Photoshop and all that kind of stuff.
What about video editing?
Video editing, I can do, like I was saying, it's kind of the same. Like I have more than a basic knowledge of how to do it. Like I can work iMovie just 'cause that's what we have at my house. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Final Cut's very similar.
Pretty much the same shit, dude.
So yeah.
That's what it made the transition from iMovie to Final Cut pretty much not even an issue.
Yeah, and my brother uses, I don't know what it's called, but he has an editing program that's a little bit better than iMovie that he uses, just because he didn't want to spend like however much money Final Cut is, kind of. Mm-hmm. So it's like a little less than Final Cut, but it's more than iMovie.
Got you.
And he uses that all the time, and he says it's just the same as iMovie too. That it's like easy enough to use. It just has like some more features, like you can like split the audio at X seconds or whatever. Instead of splitting the whole clip, you could do like just a section of it, or whatever it would be. But
got you. Yeah, that's one thing I want you to start learning too, is how to do video editing, because we're gonna get into tutorials.
Yeah, which I think is a super good idea.
So go ahead and go over that.
Yeah. So what our like kind of plan is like, I was thinking every week we could do a video, but it doesn't have to be every week. But like make a video on basically an install tutorial on some of our products. So like, oh, here's our header hardware, right? How do you do it, right? Because if you look at our dress-up bolt header hardware, it's like there's no studs on it, it's the bolt, right?
Yeah.
So our video could be, all right, here's your exhaust manifold. You take the headers off, you take out the stud. We could show how to take the studs out, line up your headers, put the bolts in, and that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't have to be like a long video. It could be like, what, 2 minutes long or something?
Definitely, yeah.
But you make it, and then you post it on YouTube. We could have a little playlist of all our install videos, right? And then on the Downstar Inc. website, we could link that video to the header hardware page, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so and vice versa. Yeah, we can put the link on the YouTube video.
Yeah, exactly.
So then we can have the playlist of all tutorials.
Yeah,
and which just links to it'll just say engine hardware kit, trans hardware kit. So you go to the tutorials and you're like, oh shit, I want to check out how easy it is to do an engine kit.
Yeah, which, because if you think about it, like, what we could even do too is like the engine kits. I don't know if people know or not, but we bag them up. We have like 6 or 7 bags for an engine kit. So like bag 1 is like, all right, here's the map sensor,
the map sensor,
whatever,
GPS, all that shit. Yeah.
But some people might be like, all right, well, where's that? You know, or like, how do I know which bolt in here is for which thing? You know, so you could say, oh, we line them up by size, and then here's like this is where they all go. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It would make it a lot, not that it's hard to do, but it would make it like you could visualize it before you have the product. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the way that I look at it is, if anybody's buying this stuff, they already know how to do it. But that's kind of a bad way to look at things.
Yeah, and I'm sure most people do, but it would still be like almost like a second I don't know, like like almost like a second defense kind of.
Yeah.
But like just like making sure like, all right, cool, this is how you do it. Because like I would rather watch a video on instead of having to like kind of figure it out myself. You
Definitely.
know? Like when I was doing stuff on my car, like, I know how to install coilovers on a car, right? But when I got my new car, I was like, all right, I'd still watch a video on how to install them because like what if there's something I don't know? You know what I mean? Like if you get an engine kit or a trans kit, like all right, it's pretty obvious you put the bolts in, you know. But like what if you don't know? Oh, does this bolt go here or here? You know, like
exactly
stuff like that. Because
I want to make it easier for the newer enthusiasts.
Yeah, definitely.
To not see our product and to get like discouraged or intimidated by it.
Well, even when I first was coming here to Downstar to get bolts for my car, I didn't even know that you guys made engine kits. Kind of like I knew you could get kits for like a kit for your whole engine, but I didn't know like I wouldn't even known where to start. You know what I mean? So I was getting like the 10 packs of V3 hardware. And there was one, I remember on my Civic, there was like the AC bracket that goes in like the front support kind of. Mm-hmm. And the V3 washers were too wide for where the bracket was.
Yeah.
So I went and I was like, oh, these bolts are too wide. Like, do you even make anything that's not as wide? And we make a M6 washer that's like a thinner
like
washer.
A standard size, and then we call the XL the bigger one, which is like the fender washer one.
Yeah, so it's just basically like the one that would go on an engine as opposed to the fender.
Yeah.
And Aaron, at the time, he was like, oh yeah, we have that, like it's not a big deal. And I'm like, I don't even know that.
Yeah.
You know, so not that, and because I know now we have on the website, we have the a la carte section, which helps a lot too.
Yeah.
But back then there wasn't the a la carte section, so I was like, I had no idea that you could get a thinner washer as opposed to just the V3 washers.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be cool. Just make people more aware of what products we even offer too.
And that brings us to our next thing, that we're going to be revamping the website.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool too.
Yeah, so we're gonna redo the website, and we're gonna incorporate the Downstar skate into it.
Yeah.
The podcast, Downtime with Downstar, and just fix it up, make it a lot easier, new pictures. And
more like modern, I think, because a lot of also the pictures we have on there, like they're good, but even since then we've taken better pictures that we could just update. You know.
A lot too of the issue is that when the website that we have is you can't upload full high quality pictures.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It has to be under a certain size, which really handicaps us as well.
Definitely. Yeah, because like even some of the pictures, like they might have been taken in 2010 or something, and it's like not that they're a bad picture, but it's just all right, cool. It's like you have to look at a magnifying glass almost to see it.
Exactly. So I think it'll be really cool. Plus, then since you got the new camera too, like that'll be something that'll be really exciting. Is that once we get the media room going, we're gonna start working on the website, and then you can start breaking it down like that.
Well, what would even be cool, I just thought of this, is like make a little like photo shoot corner.
Exactly.
You know, so like, all right, cool. Here's we don't touch it, right? Just keep it set up so that every picture you take will have the same format. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like okay, let's redo all of our pictures in theory, right? Every one looks the same, just the different, like same background, just a different product. I think that would be cool too.
Oh, that's such a good idea for sure. And we're gonna have enough room in the media room to put that in.
Just
there.
Put it in like a table in the corner or something, you know?
Yeah, something
that'd be really cool.
You're right, just a dedicated space. We could like make a light box out of it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's like a new era almost.
It is. It definitely is a new era. I think that's one thing that was holding us back a little, is that the shop still had the energy of people that we didn't want their energy.
Yeah, not even that, but just kind of like it felt outdated almost, you know?
Yeah, but it was that. Fuck them.
Yeah, right.
Fuck them. We need the shop to get rid of their fucking lice. But the shop is dope, man. It's coming along cool.
Yeah.
Really, to be serious, one of my biggest motivations is that we're going to be having a lot more guests coming to the shop.
Yeah.
At least 2 a week because of the podcast.
Yeah.
And I want them to have a good experience here.
Definitely.
I don't want them to come here and just think like, oh, this operation is smaller than I thought it was.
Yeah. Just make it look perfect. Like, especially like a media room, that'll be like, oh, shoot, they got a media room?
Hell
like,
yeah, bro.
It's not just kind of all right there.
Yeah. And then this is like my future big goal, bro, is that we can do live editing on the podcast where we have 3 cameras, one on both of us, one on me, one on you. To even have you producing it.
Yeah.
Cut a window right here, put plexi over it. And then you don't even have to be looking in, but I think it would be cool to look in. But just having screens all the way around and switching, boom, that camera, just looking things up. And you can be able to hear this while it's going on.
That would be really sick.
So in the room, you can hear the audio that's going on. So when we're talking about a certain subject, I had that drink at Starbucks. I don't know what it was called. Hey, Jamie,
what's that drink called?
And then you're like, hey, yeah, right here. Or it pulls it up on this screen. You could be the Jamie, dude. You could be my Jamie.
That'd be really sick, though. I think like the window. I don't know how hard it'd be to do a window, but that'd be pretty cool.
I don't think it would be hard, dude.
Yeah, not really.
Because if you think about it, the only thing behind this wall would be drywall and then the studs.
Yeah,
right.
So you just have to go kind of.
So all you have to do is just cut a stud out and then put a flat stud across.
Yeah.
So it still frames it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you put the window inside of there. That would be super cool, man.
Yeah, that would be.
But at that time, that would be like a really big task for you. And we would need somebody, at least a few other people, to be doing the things that you would be doing.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of room for growth.
Yeah, definitely.
But I would like to bring somebody else in here, but it just, I don't know, man. It has to vibe.
Yeah.
It's more than just a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
They have to vibe with our personalities.
Yeah, and I've had a couple people be like, oh, I want to work at Downstar, but like, no offense to them, but it's like it might not that it wouldn't work out, but like I don't know if they see the vision as much, kind of, or like it might not be as motivated, or like just whatever this or that it might be. You gotta like find the right person, you know.
Yeah, definitely, man. And two, I know a lot of people, they would like to work here.
Yeah,
but I just don't think that they have the capability of seeing things before they exist.
Yeah.
That's a lot of what we do here.
Yeah, because now it's like, all right, cool, we need more blue or whatever it was. Like
a lot of the stuff that we do here works on like visionary kind of things.
Yeah.
Even when I was telling you about this room, I didn't have to sell it to you.
Yeah.
You understood it right off the
cool.
bat.
We just got the desk there, this, and then you're done. Like
yeah,
as opposed to like, oh, I got this desk, let's put it in the room, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's really hard to find somebody like that.
Yeah.
But I would love to have another person in here just to be able to take care of things that frees up time for you and I.
Yeah.
But
hey, send your resumes to sales at downstarting.com or whatever.
Yeah, if you get, for real, man, if you guys have a good resume, send it in. But I don't only check that. I'm not only going to check schooling.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and check social media. I'm going to read comments, and I'm going to read how you represent yourself.
Yeah.
Because we haven't always been, but now we're definitely going to be a lot more strict on the people that we have representing the company.
Yeah.
And what we do. There's a certain vision that we have that Downstar represents.
Yeah.
And everybody has to align with that vision.
Yeah.
So it'll even go down to something what these people do on their free time.
Yeah.
You know, if the things that you do on your free time don't align with the way that we think about things, like
the way that the company's vision is moving forward.
Exactly.
Kinda.
So if you're the kind of person on Friday, if you get off and you're, I'm gonna go get fucked up tonight, that's cool, but
it might not be the right fit.
It's not gonna be the right fit, dude, because it has to be people who understand, like we were just talking about time.
Yeah.
It has to be people who understand time. Even when I talk to you all the time, I say, what'd you do this weekend? You always have something productive that you did. And if you didn't do anything productive, you kind of like are bummed out.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying. Is like the other day I didn't have anything to do. It was like not this past week, but the weekend before. I didn't have anything to do, right? And I was like, damn, this sucks. I don't have anything to be doing. Like I'd like to do something if something was like to be productive, but even if there's just something to do, kind of, it just like bums me out. It's like I didn't do anything, And before I would be like, oh, cool, I get to play Forza for a little bit. But now it's like, do I really want to like spend 2 hours playing Forza when I could be doing something else,
whatever, dude.
Yeah,
exactly, man. And that's still something that I'm trying to be better at. Every sinle day. Sometimes at nighttime I'll catch myself in the garage when I should be upstairs editing or doing something, making a new t-shirt design or whatever. But as long as you're conscious about those decisions that you're trying to fix, like
that's half of what I think it is as long as you know what's going on, as opposed to just thinking, like, not even realizing, like, oh, I just spent 8 hours doing nothing. You know what I mean? As long as you realize, like, all right, cool, I spent 8 hours doing nothing. Like, it's still not as good as if you have been able to do something productive, but at least you like are conscious that you're doing that. You know what I mean? I think that's like half of it is just knowing what you're doing.
Which is a crazy one, man, because I know people that listen to this podcast, there's probably things that we've talked about that they've never even thought like that before, especially about the time versus spending it with somebody, how much your time is worth. I'm sure a lot of people didn't think like that. Yeah. Because I never had that broken down to me before.
Exactly.
You know, I thought time was just infinite. Right? It pretty much is infinite because when you die, you're like, it's done. Yeah. So you just always think you have the most time in the world. Yeah. Until you're in those positions where even if we're running some sort of errands and you're just like, damn, if I didn't do this, I wouldn't be in this jam right now.
Well, it's like I've even thought like I didn't used to think like, oh, driving there takes time. You drive there, no biggie. But it like we would get anodizing here in Oxnard, it takes an hour to get there and back. You know, you don't realize it when you're like, just, we got to go to anodizing, like, no biggie. Yeah. Then you think, like, all right, cool, if I leave now, I won't be back into the shop until, 3 o'clock? Like, whatever
it is. At least, you're right about that. It'll take 20 minutes to get there. You get in there, 10 minutes or whatever it is, and then coming back.
And it takes an hour to get there and back, and you don't realize that when you're, like, just kind of thinking about it, but...
Yeah. Really helps out with time management. A lot of people that think like that, you know? So, seriously, man, if you guys are listening, if you think that you would align with our values and our work ethic, make sure you shoot us a email to sales@downstarting.com, you know? And then one thing that I want to do as well is put you in a better position to make bigger decisions. Yeah. Because... I have a lot of emotional investment in Downstar.
You were telling me the other day.
Which is kind of a gift and a curse. Yeah, sometimes, definitely. You know. Yeah. And for example, for anybody that wouldn't know what I mean is that usually if somebody will come up to the booth at a show that I know or I've had some kind of relationship with, I always give them some kind of deal or feel obligated to. Yeah, you know what I mean. And not to say that this is about money, but that's just one example. Yeah. So when Alex works the booth, he doesn't have any emotional attachment to any of these people.
Yeah, because no offense to any guys, but I don't know anybody.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, this is the price. This is what it is. That transaction. Yeah. That transaction goes a lot smoother. Yeah. Because there's no emotional value.
Yeah, and then you'll be like, oh, that was the dude who owns Diamond, and I'm like, what? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's even sold Ashley's brother's stuff.
I did one time.
That's my fucking brother-in-law. I'm like, dude, I'll give you everything here. I don't care. But it's tight, though, because he understands it, too. You know, he's not expecting shit for free. Yeah. But I want to be able to give you these responsibilities so when we do start having interviews, you can do the first process of it. Yeah. And then I can get your input on it. Because at the end of the day, I'm dealing with you. You're going to have to deal with them. Yeah. So if it gets to the point where it's going to be a second interview or whatever, that's cool. Yeah. But on the flip side of that, when this person has something that needs to go on or they're doing something wrong or they got to go, that's going to go on you.
Yeah, I get you.
I think that you'll be a lot more capable at handling that than I am.
Yeah, because like, not to bash on you, but you'd be like, all right, cool, he's already working here and like it's like part of the company, you know what I mean? Like, exactly. I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, and that would help out a lot. And that's kind of one thing that I've learned from Gary Vee is to when they say that you find yourself having quote unquote weakness. Yeah. You should be conscious of that weakness that you have. Yeah. But if you have strengths, you should double down on your strengths rather than focus time on your weakness. Yeah. You know? And my weakness is that I'm very compassionate kind of person. And not saying that you're not compassionate. Yeah. But it can definitely put you in a situation where you're holding on to an employee longer than you would need to. Yeah. You know? So I think that would be really cool to put you in that situation because the stuff that you're doing right now is like very basic as opposed to what you could be bringing to the table. Yeah. But at this time right now, we got to do what we got to do because we still got to keep this shit moving. Yeah. You know? But so besides Downstar, what do you have going on, dude?
Besides Downstar, well, I'm going to school. I just go to community college right now. I got to figure out where I'm going to, like, I'm planning on transferring to a university somewhere, but I don't know where yet.
Yeah.
But I need to, like, kind of figure that out sooner than later. But yeah, so I'm going to school, but like right now it's summer. So like I'll work on my car a little bit. I haven't been working on it as much. It's like I'm sure I talked about it in the last podcast. Like I got wheels for it. I got everything where I like it looks good where I like it. Like,
well, let's say what kind of car it is, because I think
you're right, huh?
our new fan base. Shout out to you guys, Mickey's guys. They might be interested in that.
Right. So I have a 2013 Scion FRS. When I first got it, I put like T37s on it and like more like race suspension kinda. Because my old car was more of like a stance car, and then I was like, you know what, I want to stance this one out too. So I was able to find somebody selling a pair of Workmeister S1, I think they're called, wheels. Those are like my all-time favorite wheels. Like
even when you had the Civic.
When I had the Civic, I was trying to. I think I've told you before. When I used to have a Civic, and I was trying to get work wheels for that car, and I was saving up, and I'm like, why don't I just get an FRS? Because I really like the FRS with the Workmeister wheels. So like, why don't I just get that? And so then I ended up getting the FRS, and then so now I have so I was able to get the Workmeister wheels, which I originally wanted like a white face with a silver barrel or whatever, or like the polished barrel.
Yeah.
But the dude who sold them to me actually had a silver face with a polished barrel, and I honestly like that way better than the white on the polished now. Yeah. Because the car is white, so like the white with like the silver looks better than the white with like white wheels,
and it wouldn't have matched.
Yeah,
I think the whites would have been different.
Yeah, definitely.
And that doesn't sound like a big deal, but there's a lot of different shades of white.
Yeah,
you know, and if it didn't match, like if it matched perfect, that's it might be cool.
Look. But even if it did match perfect, I still think it would have been almost too, like it wouldn't have been enough contrast.
Much, yeah, I feel you.
But like the silvers are good because it's like not like a color; it's just kind of like a
tone.
It's a tone. Yeah. So yeah, I have the Workmeister wheels, and then I've done like at this point most of the suspension pieces are aftermarket because the dude who had them before me was on bags, so he was able to just kind of like air up and have no camber or whatever it was. But I am on coilover, so it's like he had like I think 7 degrees of camber, which is more than I wanted to have for a daily driver car. So I had to get like lower control arms for the rear, upper control arms for the rear to like adjust camber from the top and the bottom of the wheel. And then I had like BC extreme low coilovers, which I didn't realize like how low they went. And I also got drop lower control arms, so they drop it just automatically. So basically my car is like about as high as it can go right now, like on the coilovers.
Oh really?
Yeah, and it's still pretty low, like, but it's about, I can't go up anymore.
No shit.
With how my car is. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh damn, you probably have really good travel then with the suspension.
I mean, it adjusts from whatever, like the collar, not like the springs or whatever. So like I think the travel will be the same wherever, but I don't like bottom out or anything like that. But yeah, so it's like it's the highest it can go, and it's already like super low. So I think it's kind of cool because like I could go like on the floor low if I really wanted to, but I don't right now.
No, I think the car looks perfect right now.
So yeah, I think I had 7 degrees of camber when I first put the wheels on, but now I'm running like I think like -2 or 3, which is a lot more like doable for tires and just kind of like wear and tear on the rest of the car. But yeah, and then I've done just kind of like little like exhaust, and I have like a little tune on it, so like because I have catless headers. So you have like headers, exhaust, and then I have like an aftermarket steering wheel. I've done like wrap the roof black and like a couple other little things like that.
You put those side graphics on.
I did, yeah.
What company was that?
It's called Overdue. They were based actually down like right where my cousins live in San Diego.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's where I found out about them originally. And yeah, they used to have car meets down there in San Diego all the time. And honestly, all they make is stickers. But the owner of it lives actually in Hiroshima, Japan now.
No shit.
So I was able to talk to him when I went to Japan and see like what there was to do there. So like it's just he's a cool guy, and it's a cool just kind of like company and like vision he has for the company almost. Just like he calls it Overdue because he was always late to everything, so he was like overdue.
Yeah.
But it's so he has like he's like I think he's just a graphic designer because it's just all cool like designs on their stickers and stuff. It's no different than any other like sticker company you'd see on Instagram kinda. But I think it's cool. So he made these banners for the doors that are, it's like probably what, like 4 feet long, not 4 feet, but
just
like
the whole length
of the door. Yeah. But it's this cool design on the, like almost like a racing stripe kind of on the doors. And it says Overdue and then like whatever their slogan is or whatever. And, but yeah, those are cool. So those are black on the white car. So like has a good contrast, and especially with like the black roof and everything.
Yeah.
But he came out with them like, or he had a prototype on his car, like it was like 2 or 3 years ago now when I still had the Civic, And I actually tried to like design some for my Civic before he sold them. That's what I tried on Photoshop, was I tried to design a pair for my Civic. Because he didn't sell them, he just had them on his car.
Yeah.
And then he started selling them earlier this year, and I was like, dude, I will buy. Like, I was like probably his first customer to buy when he came out. And then I had him sitting in my room for a long time because I didn't think it would look that good with the T37s on the car. Mm-hmm. But now that it's like lower and like there's more like silver and white contrast, the black looks really good on it.
Yeah.
So I decided to put them on the other day, and I really like how they came out.
Oh, it came out sick. Yeah. Bro. I really, really like it.
It looks like super aggressive and everything.
Yeah. Cool, dude. It looks good. Your car looks really good, man.
Thank you.
You said it's coming up on the year, right?
Yeah. So the end of July, which is in like, 6 days or something, I'll have had it for a year.
That's dope, dude.
It's kind of crazy to think about because it doesn't feel like it's been a year.
That car has history too.
Yeah, right?
On it. Yeah. That was my old FRS.
Yeah.
And I got that from Rywire.
Yeah, who got it from somebody?
I don't know.
Honestly, though, I think it was turboed before Ryan got it.
Really?
Yeah, because I got there was like a recall for it when the valve springs were messed up or whatever. So I brought it into the dealer and they pulled the engine out and they were like, oh, we had to take the oil pan off to get to whatever they needed to get to. And I'm like, how come? Like, oh, there's this like oil return line basically welded onto it. Yeah. So it was just plugged up, like plugged on the end. And they're like, yeah, they don't have that normally. And I was like, oh, what the heck?
No way.
So I think it was turboed like before Ryan got it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then if you look on the inside, on the dash, there's like a vent on the driver's like left side, right by the door.
Yeah.
And they make a like a gauge that goes in there,
a boost
gauge that goes right there instead of like up on your pillars or whatever. Mm-hmm. So if you look at like there's like the little vent that you open and close, but behind it there's like a filter kind of thing almost, and it's like broken on half of it. And
to make room for
I'd assume to like make room for the wires to go through it.
Right?
Why? I look at it all the time. I was like, but honestly, I think it was turboed in its past life or whatever.
You're like Ash on Instagram when she's trying to find out some cheese. Damn, that's tight though, dude.
But yeah, so I was like, cool.
Yeah, it's so crazy how that worked out.
Yeah,
too,
it was
right because I bought the FRS because I wanted to do R&D on it. I've always loved that car.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's when business got a lot busier and I didn't have any time to work on it.
Yeah.
And that was the car that you've always wanted.
Yeah.
So that shit worked out super perfect, man. I'm glad everything ended up working out.
Yeah.
With that situation.
Yeah.
So
speaking of the car and it being yours, I want to redo the red because when we first got it, you did red bolts all over the engine bay to like create the FRS kit that we sell. Mm-hmm. Check out the Downstar Inc. website. We look up FRS. We got all the parts.
DownstarInc.com.
Right. But yeah, so you did the red on it when I first got it, and I want to redo it. I was gonna do pink, honestly, and then like our pink anodizing, we had a problem with it, so we weren't able to get pink. And I was like, oh shoot, I wanted to do pink once we got it back.
You know what I think I'm gonna do is when we go pick up the bronze, I'm gonna talk to the owner, and tell him like how much would it be to get this. It can't be much, dude,
to get pink done.
To get this is gonna be our tub or whatever of pink.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And there's a couple other colors on there that I would like to add. And since we're going to have more space.
Yeah, might as well,
dude. And
I even just get samples of them just to see what they like would look like, see if there's any interest in them.
Yeah, definitely. I think that we need to do that orange though. A lot of people ask for it.
Yeah, it's like almost like a burnt orange kind of, but like it's still really like vibrant, you know?
Yeah, and it helps out now that we have a lot of inventory, dude.
Yeah.
We have like thousands of each style of washer.
Yeah, just waiting to get colored.
Which is so tight, dude. Yeah. But you have your trip coming up.
Yes, I was like, what were we talking about before I started talking about my car? So when I don't know when I saw it, but I've seen guys go to Las Vegas probably it was for SEMA in like 2016 or 17.
Got you.
So I follow a bunch of guys who have FRSs. So one guy took his car to SEMA, and he and his friends got we call them rollers, where you take pictures while you're moving. They were on the Vegas Strip and they took rolling shots of their cars. Like, then there's not a whole lot of lights really in Vegas. Like, there's lights, but not really like that. Like, you can see in a background of a picture from the Strip. But this one guy got a picture. I think it was from like the MGM Grand or something, like right around there. Mm-hmm. So he's like rolling on the Strip. All his lights are on. It's all dark, and you could see his car, and there was like all the lights from Vegas in the background, basically. And I thought it was like super cool.
Yeah.
And I had my Civic at the time, and I was like, dang, that would be so sick to go out there and take rolling shots like that. Because at that time, my friend had just kind of learned how to do them. We were in like junior year of high school. He just got in a camera and kind of learned how to do those. We were trying them like just on the freeway outside of our house, kind of.
Yeah.
I was like, that would be so sick. And then I kind of stopped thinking about it for a while just because the idea came and went, And then I got the FRS and I had it with the TEs. And not that I didn't like the TEs, but it wasn't like anything I was like insanely proud of, you know what I mean? So I came across the idea again somewhere. I saw a picture or something again. I was like, oh, that would be a cool thing to do. Now that I have the FRS, it's like probably make the drive a little bit better, like than the Civic could have. And like, it'd be cool to do. I was like, well, but the car's not really where I want it. If I'm going to like go to Vegas to get pictures, I wanted to like have the car exactly where I wanted it, like looking really good, So I had the idea kind of, and then I got the work wheels for it in, I think, April after I got back from Japan. Like April, I picked them up. And the dude who sold them to me actually lives in Las Vegas. So I like met up with him and I was like, oh, cool. I didn't really think anything of it. And then I put the wheels and I was like, oh, well, I had made a bucket list actually of like stuff I wanted to do in like 2019 kind of like earlier this year. I don't know if it was like for 2019 or just kind of in general. So it was like, oh, go to Japan, which I went to Japan in March or April or something. It was like, go to Japan, do this, do that, do that, do that. And at this point, I've done everything on my list. My other thing was go to San Diego, which I did last weekend. Mm-hmm. So I needed to like cross that off. But the last thing that was on it for like what I wanted to get done this in like the near future, or whatever, was go to Vegas and get pictures. So I was like, well, I'm going to do it, right? Because my car's where I want it. Like, why not,
Yeah.
So my family and I went to Vegas for Father's Day, just kind of like have a weekend out kind of. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like scoped out a couple spots when we were there. And I was thinking like, cause we hadn't been there in a long time. I was like, oh, it's not really like, it's not impossible to get there. Yeah. And, like rent a hotel. Like it's not a big deal. At this point I'm old enough to like rent a hotel. So it's like, you could,
Yeah.
So I texted my friends. I was like, I'm just going to do it. Right. So I texted my friends, oh, let's go. Right. And I called my friends, were like, I don't know if I want to like drive that far, which I get. Like it's like a 5-hour drive kind of, like it's a far drive and it's hot or whatever, right? Like it's like, I understand if you don't want to go, but I had one or two friends who were like, yeah, let's do it. That'd be cool. It's like, all right, sick. So I started researching hotels, and turns out you actually have to be 21 to book most of the hotels in Vegas, because if they have a casino in them, you have to be 21.
Okay.
So I'm only 19. I can't book like 90% of the hotels around the Las Vegas Strip. So I was like, well, that kind of sucks. So it was just going to be me and my friends who were also 19 or 20, right? Like no one's 21 to hang out with. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, crap. Like now I can't get a hotel right around there. But I actually found a hotel that's like, I think it's like 10 minutes from like the Las Vegas sign in the front of the Strip kind of.
Okay.
Which if you look at the roads out there, it's like just a straight road. There's nothing, like 10 minutes is nothing really out there. So I found a hotel. It's like fairly close, 10 minutes away. And I was able to book it for like, I think $100 or something, which I feel like for Vegas on like a Saturday night isn't that bad.
Yeah, no, but $100 is good.
Yeah. So I was like, I booked the hotel. I was like, all right, cool. Let's go. And one of my friends was actually like, oh, I don't know if I want to spend the money on it right now. And I was like, okay, well, if you want to, like, let me know, because like I'm gonna go, right? And so my other problem besides like finding the hotel was that to take rolling shots, you need 3 people and 2 cars, right? Because you're in your car driving. There's the other car that has the cameraman in it. So one guy's driving that camera car and one guy's taking the pictures in the camera car.
Got you, yeah.
So I was like, I can't take pictures on my own because I'm only one person with one car. Mm-hmm. So I had my other friend going, that's 2 people and 2 cars. We need a third person to go. And so I was like, well, I don't have anybody else who wants to go. And then I just like kind of out of the blue, I thought, well, let me just text the guy who I got my wheels from. And I follow him on Instagram, and he had total coincidence. He had just bought a camera like 3 weeks before.
Oh, no shit.
And so he was posting all up, I'm trying to get like experience. Like if you want to shoot, DM me. Let's set it up. He's posting this, and I'm like, why didn't I think of this before? Yeah. So I text him like, hey, I want to come take rollers on the Strip, and he goes, sure, let's do it.
No, I was like, shit.
Cool,
dude, hell yeah.
So he was actually here last weekend for Spocom, and then he's like on vacation this weekend or whatever. So he's like, we have to kind of plan it out. So it turns out we're going like mid-August, I think. Mm-hmm. Because he's gonna be back in town, and my friends are free that weekend, and my buddy's actually building his car right now, so hopefully it's like done in time to go to Vegas. But yeah, so this guy, I texted him and I was like, if my friend's car isn't ready or something, do you have another person who can help us? He goes, yeah, I have a bunch of friends out here in Vegas. Sick. Like we can do. He's like, I'll take you to a couple different spots we go to, and like we can take rollers. And he's actually taken like almost exactly the picture that I want of somebody else's car, like last weekend or whatever. He took it. And I text him like, that's the picture I'm looking for.
Nice. Hell like,
let's do it. So it was like super cool that it worked out because like this is also the same guy who sold me my wheels, so he knows like who I am. I know he's not like gonna flake out on me kind of because I know like
at least that transaction went through.
Yeah, because when I got my wheels, I saw him like the day before I left for Japan, and I was like, because work wheels sell pretty quick for FRSs from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So I text this guy. I'm like, hey, I'm going to Japan, so I can't like buy them from you like today. But like, can you hold him for me for a week? And he's like, yeah, no problem. So I like sent him like $100 or whatever, and then he held him for me. It was only for a week, but like, still, it was like he didn't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And then so I came back from Japan. He met me halfway between Vegas and where we are in Ventura, and sold him to me. So I was like, I feel like if you're gonna be a legit guy, like that's about as legit as it can get for somebody like is a car guy that you don't know, kind of like.
Yeah.
He held him and he met me halfway. Like I thought it was really cool that he did that. So I feel like he's like as legit as anybody could be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to get his skills down too.
Yeah,
so,
and it's not like he's
dope.
And he's just going like in his backyard. It's not like he's having to go anywhere. Like we're coming to him this time.
Yeah.
So it's like it's gonna be as legit as anybody else, I would assume.
Hell yeah, dude! That should be super fun.
Yeah, super
man.
cool.
That should be a good time.
Yeah,
dude. I'm excited for you for that.
Yeah, I'm excited to do it because it's been like I've been thinking about this for like all summer, basically trying to plan this out. Like originally we were gonna go like 3 weeks ago or something, and then kind of people like flaked and all that stuff. So I'm hyped that like we actually set a date and we're actually gonna go, which is really cool.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited to see that happen. I'm excited for this Sunday too.
Yeah, so this Sunday we're doing Super Ill, which is Super Street and Illest.
Yeah, so Illest, shout out to Mark. They just secured the location for their new LA store on Fairfax and Rosewood.
Yeah.
And if anybody's familiar with that, it's the old Hundreds location.
Yeah.
So I just finished the book, Bobby Hundred's book, and he went over that.
Well, we actually met him at Tune Revolution.
Yeah.
In LA in February.
Sebastian, he's a photographer, really, really cool dude. He actually brought Bobby over to check out our booth at Downstar.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's a super alley-oop right there, man. I appreciate that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how they know each other. It could be from whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
you know, like photographers and those type of creative people always know of each other like that.
One, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but the guy who makes Illest or Fat Lace or whatever part of it, they're into cars. It's like a car street brand kind of. We're talking about the Hundreds. What am I saying?
No, but still, we'll get to that.
They're all together.
So we ended up meeting Bobby Hundreds at Tuner Evo. And that kind of got me a little more interested in the Hundreds because I was into it back in the day. But, you know, there's like so much shit going on.
Yeah, there's so many brands everywhere, like all this stuff.
Yeah, so I started keeping an eye on that. And then I seen that he was releasing a book. So I bought the book. And after I read the book, dude, such a great book. So inspiring, man.
Yeah.
And he was explaining that he always wanted that corner location
of
Fairfax and Rosewood. And at the time, I think the last place that I seen it was that RVCA.
Yeah. Oh, brand. Okay. I've been in that store. Yes. Yeah. I know exactly where you are.
So they had the location behind that, which was the Hundreds on Rosewood.
Yeah.
That was their LA store. That was their first store.
Yeah.
But then they ended up moving into the corner store, which the one that they always wanted.
Okay.
So I was always wondering what happened to the back store. Come to find out that Mark from Illest secured that one, and now that's the new Illest location.
Because they're based up in, I think, San Jose or somewhere up there. And
I'm pretty sure it would be nice to sit down with Mark and ask him a little bit about his history. But I'm pretty sure he's from NorCal.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's how Illest started. Illest started out in the automotive from everything that I've seen.
Yeah, okay. So I was thinking about Illest earlier when we were talking about the Hundreds. I was like, Anyway,
so Illest started in the automotive community. That was when like Hella Flush, Fat Lace, and all that was popping.
Yeah.
And dude, there was a time where that shit was king, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
It definitely started a lot of different
like build styles and stuff.
Styles and trends and dude, the culture of that.
Yeah.
You can say like or like Fat Lace, the culture of it. It was more than just a brand. It represented a lot more in the community. And I'm pretty sure, didn't they just do something with Hoonigans?
They did. They had like a
clash, right?
Yeah, it was like Hoonigan has their burn yard where they just do donuts and burnouts and all this stuff. I think it's at Irwindale, but I could be wrong.
Yes, it is Irwindale.
So they had like a big, like they called it the culture clash, where it was like Hoonigan cars, Fat Lace cars all came out and everybody had a big thing,
which is super tight.
Yeah, man. Really cool, because that's more than just like a clean culture or just some kind of show where it's just a car show. It's like it had a purpose behind it.
Definitely. So Illis, Fat Lace, Held Flush, like just Mark has been doing a lot of stuff, man. And to see him opening up the shop and understanding what that actually means, like that's, if you have a location on Fairfax, that's not just that you're renting a spot on this street.
It's like a status.
It's like way more than that, dude. There's so much history to that street right there.
Yeah. Do you know if Mark at Illest bought the 100 store knowing it was the 100 store, and that's why he chose that location?
I'm pretty sure that they've been friends.
Oh, okay. But he at least knew about it, kind of like.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Because Illis ended up turning into something more than just an automotive brand. Yeah, definitely. And that's why it inspires me as well, is because that's what I want Downstar to be. Yeah. I want people to say one day, like, oh, what? Downstar, they do car stuff too? Yeah. That's my idea for it, you know? And I've always wanted to have a shop on Fairfax. Yeah. And that, just to see that coming true for somebody else, like
in the auto
industry, that's like an example that I can use, where you don't have to put yourself in a certain box. Yeah, you could actually do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, actually, because like right down the street from where you're talking about with the hundreds and where Illis is gonna be is like the Supreme store right there. Mm-hmm. So right next to the Supreme store is this store called Rip and Dip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the cat.
Yeah, they make the cat flipping you off in the pocket or whatever. So I've been into that company since like late middle school, early high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's kind of the first like streetwear brand that I really like found out about. Yeah. Before like Supreme or whatever like that. So he opened his store on Fairfax when I was in a sophomore year, I want to say, like right when I could start to drive, right? Okay. So me and my friend went down to that store, like the summer between sophomore and junior year, I think. And we saw, like, went to the Rip and Dip store. We looked at the Supremes, like, oh, what's Supreme? You know, like way back when, kind of. Mm-hmm. And we were walking up and down Fairfax. I'd never been down there. And we walked into one store. I don't honestly remember what store it was. I don't think it was the hundreds, because it was on like Fairfax Avenue. But they had this wide body NSX like parked in the store, like in the storefront.
Oh, it was probably Crooks and Castles.
You know what, it might have been actually, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so this was like, it was like, I don't even know if I had my Civic yet, like right when I was like getting into like a young adult kind of. Mm-hmm. So we saw this car and I was like, that's pretty sick. Like it was a wide body. I don't know if it had anything done to the engine, but we saw it and I like took a picture of it because I was like, this is a cool car. And then, like, 3 years later, when I got my car, got into the car industry, I was like, oh, that was sick. I wish I had, like, known what it was when I saw it. And then, turns out, like, 2 days ago, he posted the Super Ill flyer with that NSX on it.
Oh, no shit.
And I'm like, that's sick, because we're probably going to see it this weekend when we go to the thing. So that was super cool. It's almost, like, full circle, kind of, because, like, I saw it at this random store when I first started getting into, like, cars and streetwear and all that kind of stuff. And now I'm going to come back now and know, like, oh yeah, Rip and Dip is a Prima right down the street. Like they're right here with their car, which I would like know everything on the car now. I'm sure like what wheels he had, all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was super cool.
Yeah, that's dope. Do you remember if the store was a little recessed in?
I think it was,
because that would have, because Crooks and Castles is one of the only stores that's like that, where it's not like it's not flush where the door is right on the street. It was recessed in a little.
Yeah, I want to say it was like all wood panels.
Yes. That's it. Okay, cool. We were actually there when they opened up Crooks and Castles. Me and Ashley went.
That's cool. Yeah. How long ago was that?
It was probably around that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they actually shut down the whole block of Fairfax and had a concert right there for free.
That's sick.
And who was it? Wale, if I'm not mistaken, performed. Okay. And rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. He performed there as well. So we got to see that for free.
That's cool.
Which was so tight. Yeah. Dude. You know, that's street right there, Fairfax.
Yeah. A lot of history legit, there. Like dude. You can just tell when you go down the street, there's a lot of like history there.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited. So guys, if you're listening to this is coming out tomorrow, which is Thursday. So you still have a couple days.
This is Thursday the 25th that's coming out. But before we talk about that, actually, I was going to ask you, Is Crooks and Castles just like a streetwear company, kind of?
Yeah, I don't know that much of their history.
Yeah,
I know friends of friends.
I've heard the name, and then
yeah. I think they have a connection with the automotive industry as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Anyway, so yeah, like we were
pretty
saying,
much everybody does.
Yeah,
you know, like even Nikki Diamond, that fool has like so many cars,
right?
You know,
yeah.
Shout out to Nikki Diamond. You got to come on Downtime with Downstar, please.
We'll show you our car. We built it for you.
Yeah. Which is super funny because he has a '69 Chevelle.
Oh, does he?
As well.
That's cool,
dude. I should take the Chevelle on Sunday, bro.
That would be sick.
Imagine that.
Yeah. That'd be really cool.
That would be kind of a test, man. Because
see if
I don't
it can
know.
make it down there.
See if it can make it. I don't want to end up on the side of the road, but yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That would be really cool.
But anyways, guys, if you're listening to this is releasing on Thursday. So this Sunday at Illest on the corner of Fairfax and Rosewood in LA, they're going to have the Super Ill meet, which I think they've done it before.
They've done it before. Before we go on, let me tell you about it, because they had a Super Street and Illest like collab for a meet, basically.
And that's a Super Ill meet.
That's why, Super Ill. So they had the first one. I want to say it was 3 years ago. They had it in LA. Like they had it in they were advertising it as like Fast and Furious, basically. Like we're gonna have it in this big parking garage. It'll look like Fast and Furious, kind of like it's gonna be super like old school, like super rad, like old school tuner, kind of like like 90s era vibes. And so I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't think to go because we didn't like go to LA car shows or anything back then. And so we saw it happen, and it was like, oh, that was really sick. All the pictures and stuff from it were like, oh, Super Ill, and everybody got like all the stickers and stuff from it. Like that would have been sick to go to. And so then they had one the year after that, which at this point was 2 years ago. And we're like, oh, this one's coming up. Like the last one was pretty cool. Should we go to it? I think like TJ Hunt went and a bunch of other people.
That was the one that was closer to San Diego, right?
I don't know where it was. It was in a parking garage. I think it was the one where they had the video that was going around where TJ Hunt and the Supra were like doing a backfiring battle or whatever. I'm pretty sure that's which one it was. And so we were gonna go to that, and then I had to work or something. We didn't go to it. And then my friends and I were like, why didn't we go to that? That would have been so like, who cares if you take a night off of work? Like that would have been such a cool meet to go to, right? So this was 2 years ago. We said, if there's ever another one, we like, I don't care where we are going to school or whatever, we are going to it. Like, you know what I mean? So I saw, and then last year they didn't have it because the one 2 years ago got really crazy. The one probably because they're doing all the backfiring and stuff. So they didn't have it last year, but then I saw this one last week, and I was like, 110% going to this. I was like, I don't care if nobody goes with me. I am going to this. Yeah. And my friend actually can't go because he's going to the track on Sunday. And I was like, okay, that's like a valid, like that's pretty cool. Yeah. But I'm still bummed he can't be going with us on Sunday. But I was like, this is gonna be so cool to go to. Like, even if it's not as big as like the other ones were, like I can still say I went to one of the Super Ill meets like when they were happening, kind of. Yeah. I want to like get some stickers for my car and all that kind of stuff.
Definitely, man. And this is gonna be a special one too because I'm pretty sure it's the grand opening of the shop.
I think they said it's the grand opening of the Illest store, and they're having like the Super Ill pop-up shop at the store.
So that should be dope. Yeah. And since that strip is so iconic, I'm sure a lot of the other owners of the businesses are going to be there to check it out. Yeah, definitely. You know, to welcome them in. Yeah. I think it's really like an exclusive kind of club to be in.
I'm sure it is. Like, oh, here's like the owners club of Fairfax stores, you know?
Exactly. So speaking of full circle, there's a good chance that we could run into Bobby Hundreds right there. Sure, yeah. Since the stores are pretty much connected.
Yeah, it's his next door to his store, and it's his old store. I'm sure that I could bet money he's gonna be there.
Yeah, definitely, dude. So it's gonna be dope to be able to talk to people like that, especially since I just finished the book. And definitely. Just get motivated, dude. Right? You know?
And because that's super motivating. Like somebody who started probably from nothing with Illest. Now he's got a shop on Fairfax, like one of the first automotive, like streetwear lifestyle brands to be there.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Illest is definitely more automotive related than any other company.
That's what I was
on that block. Yeah. Most of them are they have a big history in skateboarding. Yeah, but as far as automotive wise, and that's why it's inspiring to me as well. Yeah, you know, is because it's like this is an automotive brand that managed to make it in that space of things. So that it should be really cool, man. I'm excited for that. Yeah. There's actually another event tomorrow at it's called Apartment 4B on Fairfax.
Oh, okay.
And you got to check that shop out. The guy Moon, he's from New York.
Okay.
So when you go into the shop, the whole place is designed like a living room from New York.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's not, the decorations and everything aren't perfect.
Yeah.
Everything is kind of like weathered, and it looks, you get the feel like you're in somebody's home.
Yeah.
Rather than in a pop-up shop.
That's cool.
They have a couch, they have a table, all kinds of old movies, posters, the blinds like halfway up.
Yeah.
It's so fucking tight.
Is it like a streetwear company?
Yes. And then they have all the merch and stuff inside the refrigerator.
That's kind of
the fridge is all hit up and shit like that. So when you ask them for a shirt, he opens the fridge and gets you your size. That's or whatever. Cool. Really fucking tight, man. Shout out to Moon at apartment 4B, dude. But
and what were they doing there?
There's this rapper. His name is Westside Gunn.
Okay.
And Westside Gunn is from this rap label called Griselda Records, and these guys, it's him, this guy Conway, and this guy Benny the Butcher. So these three rappers, they're part of this record label. I think all of the guys are in their 30s, so they're older dudes.
Yeah.
So the way that they rap and the way that their music sounds like something a older dude would make.
Yeah.
More on the lines of like some Wu-Tang,
like
East Coast music.
Gotcha.
Very lyric strong, and it's like a breath of fresh air, dude.
That's cool.
Those guys are fucking killing it.
Yeah.
So the rapper, he's coming out with a new album, and they're doing like a product launch record release at the store.
That's
which
cool.
is, I believe, from 3 to something.
Yeah.
At the shop on Fairfax.
That's cool.
So I was trying to go to that, and then I ended up getting tickets to later tomorrow night is a concert with all three of those guys.
Oh, okay.
In LA.
Yeah.
But
so they're doing kind of like the apartment 4B, and then later that night they're doing the concert.
They're doing their concert. Yeah. So I got the tickets for that. Me and Prep were gonna go, but Prep can't make it now.
Oh, dang.
So now I have an extra ticket. Yeah. If you want to go, dude.
Yeah.
If you're down to go, we'll
tomorrow's
fucking
Thursday.
roll out. Yeah. I mean, as long as you don't have to work.
Right.
But yeah, dude, I was thinking like, man, even though that you're not into the music, like, it would still be dope.
Cool.
Just to feel it and see the energy.
Yeah,
and
right.
Shit. So I think that would be cool.
That would be.
Maybe if I want to check out the timing, because we have the podcast.
Yeah.
At 12 tomorrow.
Yeah, we can figure it out like after this and everything.
Yeah. So once we finish that, we could just leave right after that. Head over there. Go to the pop-up shop.
Yeah.
Go grub or something after, and then go to the concert.
Yeah, definitely.
Make a whole day out of it. I think that would be sick. But hell yeah, dude.
Right?
Super dope, man. Yeah. I think Prep's doing stuff with Mia, and he just got finished with his testing for LAPD last night.
Did you hear how that went?
He said it went pretty good, but he's not gonna get the results for like a week or so.
Yeah. Was it like a questionnaire kind of thing?
Yeah. So I think that first you do that, and then you would go for like the physical test.
Yeah. Do you know what like kind of questions they ask? Like, have you ever been a criminal? Like,
no.
You know what I mean?
Next time he's on the pod, we'll definitely ask
that'd be
him
interesting.
that. Yeah, but shout out to Prep, man.
Right? That's sick.
Yeah, he's trying to be a police officer, so it's he's doing all the first steps for all that kind of stuff. I think he applied all the way out here to Oxnard, Ventura, and things like that, but then LA as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting, man. Shout out to Preppy, definitely. For sure.
And then going back to Fairfax, I think Diamond does have a store on Fairfax, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Diamond does.
Yeah.
So I think it's next door to Supreme.
They're all like right there.
Yeah. But for real, man, I want to get Nikki Diamond on the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I think that would be super tight, man.
Yeah.
And the podcast has definitely put us in a different situation.
Yeah, it's not just cars anymore, kind of. It's like you have all this other like information and stuff that you can get into, and
and that's giving us a lot more opportunities than we would have if we just stuck in car things.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day, like, why are you doing skate stuff? I thought Downstar was just about cars. And I was like, well, Downstar is my outlet to doing whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
You know, Downstar has never been a business where it's just cut and dry. This is what we do. This is all we represent. Yeah. This is our market. This is what we're towards. Downstar is pretty much a representation of me, the things that I like, and kind of like curating my own culture.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So when he said that, it was on live. I was like, well, yeah, but to be honest, skateboarding was more of who I am than before even cars was.
Yeah.
Because the reason I stopped skating is because I got into cars.
Yeah.
You know, I got into street racing and all that, going to meets and shit like that. Yeah. So that kind of took my attention away from skateboarding.
Yeah.
Which in hindsight, I wish I could go back and just like do all of it.
Yeah, definitely.
At the same time. Yeah. But now that I have the opportunity to do it all, dude, might as well.
Yeah, why not? But yeah, that's cool that you're not like, I'm sure someone said this before, but not like defining yourself to just one aspect. So it's like you can grow a lot more with the skate and the podcast, whatever you want to do. It's not just like, oh, well, this isn't like skating isn't car stuff, so we can't do it because we're a car brand. We're not like, we're not doing that. So that's cool that like,
hell yeah. And then speaking of so many car enthusiasts, bro, I find out like at least 9 out of 10 people used to skate.
Yeah.
So it's whether they want a board to just push around, whether they still skate now, or they're gonna get into it. Like skating is a part of so many people's history.
Yeah, I think it's really funny when you talk to people like that, kind of like, not necessarily like that, but like, let's say you're like my example for this was if you're dating somebody in high school, right? You're like, oh my gosh, you watch like The Office on Netflix too, and like you like when I happened with my girlfriend. You see it as like such like a crazy like coincidence that you both watch the same show on Netflix. And if you think about it, like I'm sure 9 out of 10 kids watch The Office on a Friday night because they have nothing to do, right? And then when you see somebody, you're like, no way, you watch The Office too?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, everybody did. So like you're saying with skating, like the car people who are into cars, like that's the kind of like mentality they have. So I'm sure most of them skated because that's probably a lot how a lot of kids went was like skateboarding and then cars, because that's just kind of like the next step in some way, you know what I mean, kind of. But like,
because it was less of a team sport and more of your own personality, your own growth. This was your own thing. Nobody held you accountable for not being able to do a trick. Yeah. Just like your cars, it's your car. You could do whatever you want to it. You could choose to build it from the ground up, or you could choose not to do shit with it. And just roll around with friends. You know, skateboarding. You didn't have to have a certain skill level.
Definitely,
it wasn't a team thing where you had to rely on other people. And I guess that's might be why it's more of a common kind of thing. That
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Because if you play football or soccer, something like that, those are all team things. Yeah. And you can't do any of those things by yourself.
Yeah, and you have to be like live up to a certain almost expectation with like a football or soccer or whatever, because you don't want to like let down the rest of your team or whatever, kind of, you know what I mean? Also,
skateboarding, you could have a group of people who suck and who are pros, and they could all skate together. And it does not matter. Just like when we go to the skate park, dude, you see so many fucking people killing it. But if somebody sees Christian trying to do a heel flip off of this thing and finally does it, they don't look at him and think like, oh, I could do that. That's no problem. They look at it like, damn, this kid was putting in hell of work and he finally landed it. It's all relative, dude. It doesn't matter what the trick is. All that matters is that you're overcoming an obstacle that you had. And that's one reason that I really, really love skateboarding, dude.
I never even thought about that aspect of it before, but it makes like so much sense.
Because the car community, dude, this is we're all part of a team, and even if you're in a car club or whatever, but you're still an individual. You have your success in your own hands. And at the end of the day, if you just want to hang out, it's cool. You can still be part of it.
Definitely.
You don't have to have the nicest car to roll with everybody. Everybody just rolls out, you know? But come back to the meet on Sunday. I'm not sure what car I'm gonna take, dude.
So you could let's evaluate your options here.
All right, so we have the Altima.
The Altima, which could be pretty cool.
We won't get a ticket.
You have the M4, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, because that one is like super marketing. I have the big ass logo on the side. Yeah. It's gonna be good for pictures and things like that. You know.
And then the Chevelle, if you get it back in time, you'll have that car.
But another thing is, I'm kind of shook about driving it that far without having driven it,
because you haven't even driven around town in what, like 10 years or something like that.
So fucking long.
Yeah,
so I don't think that would be the smartest decision.
Yeah, like probably need an alignment and all that kind of stuff too, or something.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that for sure.
And what else do you have?
And then the right hand.
You could, I mean, but
I think I would feel more comfortable in the M, dude.
That's what I was thinking, probably, because the right hand's cool, but it's like still kind of sketch, and like
even if we're inside the shop, I would still feel sketched about it being outside.
Yeah.
Unless it's directly outside.
Yeah, and even like if it was parked in, let's even parked inside, still just taking it down to LA, that's like kind of a drive, and like it's loud, you know, like it's out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's eye-catching for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the M. So if you guys are listening to this, Alex and I will be out there on Sunday. Yeah. Just hanging out, dude, having a good time.
That's what I'm saying, they say it starts at 9 and it goes to late night, which whenever that is. But I don't know what time we should go out there, really, because I know a couple other people from out here, like Ventura area, 805 area, who are going. And I was going to tell them a time, like, oh, we're going at so-and-so time. So we could all kind of roll out there together.
Yeah, to be honest, we should probably go out there pretty early.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, not that I, like, it'd probably be pretty cool to stay out there most of the day, but it's like staying out there all day is like a long day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just know that
it'll get
the
packed.
Parking is gonna get packed.
That's what the other question I had is, like, are they gonna be like what, shutting down Fairfax, or because like if you keep Fairfax open, there's what, like 10 spots to park there. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying. I have no idea how it's gonna be set up. Yeah, but I think that for us to secure a spot, we should go early.
Yeah. Either way, it'll be still really cool.
Yeah. And then another thing that we could do, once the cars are parked, and if we're like, oh, we want to walk around or whatever, we could take those bird scooters and just ride all the way around Hollywood.
Yeah, dude. You're right.
They're so fucking rad.
Those things are so fast. I didn't realize how fast they were. And then I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
yeah, dude. Maybe we could even vlog this.
That'd be cool.
You know?
Kickstart the new like channel, kind of.
Yeah, since we released the Mickey's podcast today,
that'd be tight.
Get the YouTube channel going again, so maybe we can do that.
Let's do it.
So we'll go ahead and vlog that on Sunday.
Yeah,
and I want to stop by Icon is the shop that's been collabing with Xavier Wolf all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they always do. They sell his stuff inside of there. They always do collabs and things like that. Yeah. Super cool, man. I went in there not long ago and I talked to the lady that she runs it.
Yeah.
Super cool lady.
Was that on Fairfax also?
That's on Melrose.
Oh, got it. Yeah, it's like right around the corner.
Yeah, so we can go check out that.
Yeah.
Dude, hopefully we could talk to him, man, because I want to get Xavier Wolf on the podcast.
I'm sure I've asked for. He does the Hollow Squad stuff.
Yeah, Hollow Squad.
Yeah,
he's a car guy too. You know, he's more into to Nissans.
Yeah,
S13, S14, or whatever those ones are.
Those are cool. That'd be a cool car to get.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. Like the one that Throttle built.
Yeah, I just after seeing Mickey's, like,
bro. After they built that one and they did the Rocket Bunny kit and just the colors that they use and the details.
Yeah, it came out so good.
Whoever wins that car, bro, you're so fucking lucky, dude. That's exactly how I would have built it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me a long time ago about making one.
I've been wanting to get one, dude. Yeah. Just like that. S13 with the Rocket Bunny.
Or weren't you saying a while ago, like the S14 with the Boss kit on it?
Oh, it's the S14.
Yeah. Because that one has like the almost BMW looking headlights.
Yes, the S14 with the Boss kit.
Yeah.
A red one.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I remember when I went to a drift event one time, I seen one of those with that same kit and everything. Yeah. I think it was a pro drifter.
Yeah.
But he had like the blower sticking out of the hood.
Dang.
It's probably like an LS or something.
Yeah.
So fucking sick.
Yeah, those are sick. Yeah, I've been looking at Ryan Turek. He has his 4x8 swapped FRS.
Yes,
but he drifts like I think it's an L, or it's a 2J swapped FRS.
It's not the same car?
No, he just uses the 4x8 one for like almost like, those are my keys. Like show events and stuff.
No
like exhibitions or whatever.
I don't know why I thought it was the same car.
Well, yeah, because originally I did too, but like in like Formula Drift where he drifts a 2J swapped.
The
FRS.
gray one.
Yeah. So I've been looking at his car a lot for like you were saying for the Boss kit and like the pro guys. His car for like almost inspiration kind of, but like just how he styles it and everything.
Yeah.
Because I really like his cars and his like style and everything. And there's actually a couple 86s that are in like the Formula Drift like pro team kind of that are really cool. But I really like his car and his style and everything.
Well, now that we'll have the Chevelle running,
yeah,
we already have our plans of what we're gonna do with the Heavy in the Streets car.
Yeah.
Maybe we could bring in a car next year. You know, bring in a S14 in here and
that would be sick.
Do it our way, dude.
Yeah,
I think that would be sick.
That would be really cool.
But going back to Xavier Wolf, he's definitely a car guy.
Yeah,
and I've met him a couple times before at Tuner Evo. Super cool, dude.
That's
super
tight.
Down to earth. He actually has a BMW. I don't know the E series. I really don't know much about those.
Yeah,
but it's a M3, a blue M3 convertible.
I really like the blue color on the M3s. That's like a turquoisey blue. Yeah, super cool.
It could be like early 2000s. Okay. So it's not super old.
Yeah.
But it's not new like the body style before mine.
Yeah.
You know which one that is? That's like 2011 to something.
Yeah. It's like almost between like the boxy ones and like not like the super sleek ones yet. Yeah.
Exactly. So he has that car too. So I think it'll be dope to have him on the podcast to not only discuss cars, but just to discuss like music and life and how it is to navigate in that community.
Yeah.
And coming from Memphis.
Right.
He's from Memphis, dude, and he made it out here and he's just doing his thing, man. And besides car shit, like he's one of the most respected quote unquote SoundCloud rappers out there.
Yeah.
I think that you know there's people that come from that and then they end up blowing up like a Little Pump or something like that. Like I think that Xavier Wolf is more of the core of what a SoundCloud rapper represents. Besides gimmick wise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it'll be dope to talk to him.
Definitely.
And I think just where we are geographically, bro, we have the world in the palm of our hands, bro. We could have a conversation with any of these people. We just have to be able to provide a value to them.
Yeah, definitely. Which
most of the value comes from us being consistent and having good interactions with people. But this weekend's gonna be sick, man.
It's gonna be really cool. Yeah.
But we should definitely take out those bird scooters.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Take them around, maybe, and then maybe at the end of the day, go eat somewhere good, Roscoe's or
definitely.
Fat Sal's or something.
Yeah, honestly, my cousin lives in Santa Monica, and she was there's a bunch of good ramen places down there.
Oh, we should get ramen would be good.
Yeah, because I've been meaning to go down to like LA and try a bunch of places down there.
Hell yeah!
But I just haven't ever gotten down there.
Me and Ash just went to ramen 2 days ago.
Oh, where was it?
On Monday. What's today? Wednesday?
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, on Monday we went to ramen, the same place that we always go to,
down on Main Street?
No.
Like in LA?
Yeah, Tatsu
ramen? I think that's what it's called.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
So that's off of the 405 off Santa Monica.
Yeah, it's like right after you get off the 405 or on
the 101 405.
Yeah, like right around there.
I think it's in Japantown, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of right there in that area. But that place is fucking bomb. But I'm super down for that.
Yeah, that'd be sick. We just gotta find a place.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's one, like a bunch down there.
Dude, can you believe we have so much shit going on and that's all just till Sunday?
Yeah, right.
We're squeezing all of this shit in. Podcast, concert, car meet. Dang. Christian has a soccer game.
Okay.
He actually has a tournament on this weekend in Camarillo. So I'm gonna be able to catch Saturday's game.
That's cool.
On Sunday, I'm gonna miss that one.
Yeah, is it the same league that he usually plays in?
Yeah, so he's getting back into soccer stuff.
Nice.
So he's gonna be on his grind, man. He's got soccer and skating.
Right.
He's hustling, dude, which is dope.
Do they have a league that goes over the summer, or is it just kind of during the school year?
I don't think that the league even goes by the school year or anything like that.
Has he been like going to practice and stuff during the summer?
He just started going back, so he had a little break from it, which is cool that they give the kids a break.
Yeah.
So they get to enjoy their summer
and
a little bit.
Don't get burnt out on soccer too.
Yeah, definitely. But still, soccer, he enjoys going with his friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's dope that he's able to see two sports. One from from a team side, and one like your own personal side, and you see your personal growth. And he's getting so fucking good at skating, bro. It's insane.
He is really
right.
I was surprised. I've told you before. I'm surprised how quickly He's gotten like the kick flip or heel flip.
The heel flip, yeah.
And, like, but even he got like ollies and just like riding around on the board is like, dang, that was quick.
Balls, bro.
Yeah,
he definitely has balls. So I think his next step that he's gonna do is a 5-stair.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was able to bust a 4-stair like nothing.
Yeah.
And he the other day he just did a 3-block, which there's not really a measurement for a block. It's just wider than stairs.
But but still,
more than likely that was equivalent to the gap of a 5-stair.
At least, yeah.
You know, so
yeah,
I'm stoked to see him do that.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to get out there, dude.
Right?
We haven't been able to go skating since we got back from Hawaii.
Yeah.
I've just been fucking busy with everything.
Yeah.
But when we went out to Hawaii, we were able to bust a couple sessions.
Yeah, that park out in Hawaii looked really cool.
It was tight, dude. The only problem with it is that it wasn't completely flat at flat parts. So when you were setting up to go skate somewhere, you got like way faster than you really needed to.
Yeah.
So that was like a fast part, dude.
Yeah.
If you're going to set up for something like even hit the box or something like that, like you're getting a lot more speed than you would if it was completely flat. But it was dope, man, and we got to hang out with my buddy Jordan out there.
That's tight.
Yeah, Jordan's super cool guy. He actually lives right there in Maui, so when we got out there he came out to hang out with us.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, we went zip lining at his place, and
nice.
It was dope, man. Really, really good time.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I'm ready to go back to skating.
Yeah, right.
But since we've been skating, you've been getting back into scooting.
Yeah, so I used to scooter back in like middle school, high school, like beginning of high school, kind of. And same like you were saying, when I kind of like got a girlfriend, got a car, I kind of stopped scootering because it was like other priorities and stuff, you know. But I honestly I started getting into scootering. It was mainly because you started doing the skate thing, but then I was kind of just like, oh well, not like I'm bored, but like when I'm not at work, like let's go to the skate park, you know, like we could do it, you know.
Yeah.
And when I used to scooter, it was like, oh, scooters are gay, like they're not as cool as skateboarding. And for anybody who doesn't know, when I'm saying scootering, I mean like it's called a pro scooter. It's not like a razor scooter. They like weld the bars, make them bigger and wider, and you can do like gnarly tricks.
It's like BMX handles.
It's like so it's like if you mix BMX riding and skateboarding together, it's basically what scootering is. Yeah. So when I used to scooter, I'd be like, skaters didn't like scooters because they just move differently throughout the skate parks and stuff, you know, like skaters trying to do one thing, scooters are going the other place. And a lot of times it's because younger kids ride scooters.
Yeah.
And so
they're just getting in the way.
And they either get in the way because they don't know, or like they're just disrespectful because they don't realize it or whatever. But like they kind of, scootering got a bad rap from skaters. And it's like skaters were kind of like the kings of the park because they've been there forever. Like that's why they were designed, was for skateboarding, you know. So when I used to scooter, it was like clashing heads, like skaters versus scooters, kind of like we got kicked out of the Ojai one, like skate park, like all the time. Like
really,
the skaters would like call the cops if you were scootering.
Pussy.
Like, yeah. So when I started scootering again, I was like, all right, it's been like a couple of years. Like if you guys are still on this crap, like what's like, it's just not even worth scootering at that point. If you guys are still gonna be like clashing heads over everything. And from what I've seen so far, like it's not as bad as it used to be at all. Like most of the skaters are pretty cool. I think it's also because I'm their age now and like not like just a kid who's like doesn't know anything, kind of. But it's fun to go scooter, like because I haven't been like out and doing stuff like that in like a long time.
Yeah. You're fucking busting out.
Yeah,
too,
right.
Dude.
So yeah, what I've been trying to do is like get back all the tricks that I used to know, which I was never like, oh, he's gonna win a competition kind of good, but I was like good enough, you know, like. So I have like probably 6 or 7 tricks that I can like do consistently now. Like those are the ones I've been trying to like get back that I knew before. So I'm like, I'd rather learn how to like get those on lock than to try a bunch of crazy stuff, you know. That's kind of also what I do with my cars. Like I don't want to be like talking like, oh, one day I'm gonna be able to do this crazy thing. I'd rather like do something that I know I can do right now and like be proud of that thing that I have like really good, as opposed to like say, oh, one day I'm gonna have a wide bite on my car. It's like, no, I'm good with where it is right now. So it's like when I scooter, I'll be like, okay, cool, I can do this trick, like a finger whip or whatever. Like I can do those really well, and it's not like this coolest trick in the world, but like for me, it's like it's pretty cool to do, and like it's still like a workout if anything. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But yeah, scootering is really fun for me. I just like scootering as opposed to skateboarding because you have handlebars, you know?
Yeah.
Like skating is just weird because you don't hold on to anything. Like not that it's weird, but it's just kind of like too funky for me at some point.
Yeah, it's all different. I think that's why BMXing, I was attracted to that as well, is because you can get a lot more speed.
Yeah.
And I like jumps, dude. Yeah. I think jumps is so fucking tight, bro.
Yeah, that's definitely BMX, and then it's just like...
Yeah, and even scooting, you'll be able to do flips and like fly way further than you can with skating.
Yeah. I think the other thing with scootering too is like, a lot of times I see skateboarders doing stuff and they're like, oh, I'm going to try 100 times to land one like kickflip or whatever. And like the guys film like all afternoon trying to get a kickflip or whatever the trick is. Whereas with scootering, more of the time it's like, there are people that do it like that where, oh, I'm going to try this gap and do it once. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like it's easier to do stuff on a scooter where it's like you can consistently do this trick and you can do it every time. You don't have to like film every trick you'd ever do, kind of, because it's more of just like riding around. You can do the same tricks in like any different jump, kind of, as opposed to like, oh, I kickflip that gap once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it takes you all day to land one trick. I think it's kind of cool. You can do more with scootering, in my opinion.
Yeah, with the time that you have, you'll be able to have a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah, because you can land like 10 tricks, where a skater might land one trick in an afternoon. You know?
Yeah, which for some people that's the attraction of skateboarding, is because you have that like discipline.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you get that reward at the end. It's just like when Prep fishes. You know, he goes to the lake, and sometimes he won't even get a bite. So you're just waiting for those few bites. You're just waiting for those lands.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if you could just bust out all the time.
Well, like I was telling you at lunch, I like basketball as like my favorite pro sport, probably, as opposed to like football or soccer or baseball or something. Just because it is more fast paced than the other sports, in my opinion. So it's like scootering is kind of the same thing. It's more, in my opinion, fast paced than like BMXing. You can do stuff, but you have to be like kind of like get a lot of like going around before you can get to your spot to do the trick, or like skating, like you try a bunch of times to do the one kickflip off the table or whatever it would be. Whereas scootering is kind of in between. You can get to where you're trying to go pretty quick and like do a trick, and it won't, if you miss it, it's like you can just try again in 2 seconds, and it's like easy enough to land that you can do it right there.
Got you. Yeah, I never thought about that, dude. That's pretty tight.
I mean, you can do tricks where it's like, oh, I'm gonna scooter kickflip down this huge 3-stair not a 3-stair, but you know, like you can do like a big trick once, kind of like that, if you really want, if you want to. Yeah. But like the style that I usually ride is just like in our little local park, like do a bunch of little tricks around here and there, kind of. Yeah. Which is cool.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see where Downstar Skate goes to.
Yeah, definitely.
If you guys are listening and you're interested in any of this skateboarding or just like extreme kind of stuff, I don't know what you would want to call it, right? Fucking something
like
besides
action
sport. Check out Downstar_skate. We're actually gonna be getting the shirts in today.
Oh, awesome!
I'm super stoked about that, man.
Yeah, we got a bunch of colorways.
We have the black with the white logo, red with the white logo, and the heather gray with a black logo. So that should be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's to be sick.
Yeah, so I know a lot of the locals have been waiting for those shirts to come in. So we're gonna set it up, go to the skate park one of these days, and flow some shirts to these guys, because these guys are fucking dedicated, man. Yeah. There's actually this one kid, Alan, and he's the one that did that big 7 block in
at
Santa Clarita that I did that little clip of. And ever since then, dude, he's been like super stoked on the brand.
That's awesome.
And the other day I seen him ollie a 14 stair.
Dang.
And I said, God damn,
oh my goodness.
I said, well, if you could do a 14 stair, you could do a 12 stair. I said, can you do the Hollywood 12? And if you guys are you familiar with the Hollywood 12?
I'm not. It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Ooh, maybe when we go to Fairfax, we go check it out. Yeah. But the Hollywood 12 is the Hollywood High School. So it's on like, I think it's Sunset and Hollywood Boulevard or something.
Probably, yeah.
Right there by where the Chinese theater is. Yeah. It's right down the street. Anyways. Yeah. There's a 12 stair there, and this 12 stair is like super famous. Yeah. Right. So I told him, hey, do you think you can do the Hollywood 12? He's like, yeah, dude, I've been thinking about kick flipping it. I said, bro, once we get those Downstar decks in, we are taking a trip there. we'll all roll out there and have Nick Jackson go out there with us, you know, even vlog that whole day and get content of him kick flipping those stairs with like Downstar gear on.
That would be sick,
bro. That would be fucking
that would
legit,
be crazy,
right?
That's a crazy thing to do.
I know, man. I just hope that he doesn't get hurt, bro, because I'm gonna feel so bad, dude.
That's gnarly.
12 stair that's kind of dangerous.
Beast. Yeah,
a dangerous set.
Yeah, definitely.
No matter what you're doing,
right?
Dude,
yeah,
that's a fucking gap.
Yeah,
bro.
there was a spot called El Toro.
Yeah, El Toro. That was like what, 24 stair or something?
I think so. It's like 22 or 24. This guy did on a scooter because one guy jumped it on a scooter like 10 years ago or something, and it was crazy, right? And then just recently somebody did, they call it an inward, where you like flip the whole scooter, like you bring it, like the scooter does a backflip while you just kind of stay there almost, but you bring it around your whole body behind you forward. And he did that down this like 22 stair El Toro jump.
Shit.
It was gnarly. And like he landed it, and like his front wheel popped up a little bit, like he was gonna like fly from behind, and then he held onto it and like did like rolled on one wheel off of it and landed it. And it was so cool.
Did you see what happened to El Toro?
I didn't.
They tore it down.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
The stairs there?
Yeah, I saw Adam22 because he used to bike too. He posted it up on his like vlog or whatever.
Oh,
and yeah, I don't know what they did with it.
How did they tear it? It's just It's a stair set.
I don't know what they did. Maybe they put
like a ramp or something.
Yeah, something. But yeah, maybe somebody got really hurt, and
I'm sure.
We're done with this.
That's
Get
crazy
because
the video I just told you about happened like it couldn't have been more than 2 months ago.
Yeah, that.
So it must be recent.
Oh yeah. It was probably within the last few weeks or even a month ago.
That's crazy.
But they showed it and it said R.I.P. El Toro. And since I've been skating, I've been following a lot of skaters.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was around that week when it happened. Dang. A lot of them were posting it up.
That's crazy.
Rest in peace, El Toro.
Right.
I don't think I would ever try it anyway. So.
Oh no, not a chance.
24, that's crazy.
Yeah,
man. I want to start skating again, but I still want to keep living.
Yeah,
I got a family to take care of and a business to run, so
yeah, that's one thing I admire about like even like a lot of scooter guys. It's the same kind of like same with scootering and skating, that just like having the guts to like throw big tricks and jumps and stuff like that. Like
shit.
Like they call them street jams for scootering, where they'll like meet up in Chicago or San Diego or wherever, and they'll find like a couple good street spots, like stair sets and stuff to go do tricks on.
Yeah.
Everyone will mob together over to the different spots. And like guys throw down at those things, like doing these gnarly rail and like combos on the rails and stuff, like just like stair sets.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like, I can't do any rails with my scooter. Like there's some that I might be able to do, but like I'm kind of sketched out to do even like little ones.
Yeah.
And it's like I admire those guys so much that can just like huck big things like that.
Fuck
like,
yeah, dude.
God.
Yeah, bro. I think that it has a lot to do with your balls, bro.
Yeah.
You have to have some balls.
Yeah, and I'm surprised how you were brought up, like who you are as a person, being able to do it. Like,
yeah,
it's gnarly.
It definitely tells a lot about a person.
Yeah.
If they're a good skater or what have you.
That's one thing I was saying I wish I could do more of, because like I'm good at scootering, but the tricks I can do are still pretty like relatively safe tricks. You know, they're nothing like insane. Like what? You know, so it's like I do wish that like I could do a little bit more, like push myself. That's what I'm trying to do, is like tricks where it's like I don't really like doing spin tricks, like a 360 kind of. But there's one trick where it's a 360 to a bar. You spin the bars around while you're doing the 360.
Oh, got you.
So that's what I'm trying to do right now, because it's like something out of my comfort zone, kind of, where I don't like to do a lot of spin tricks, but I'd like to land that one so I can like, you know, just push myself, you know.
What about the backflip? It's a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Damn. I told you that we're gonna be going to Lake Tahoe for a family vacation.
Yeah.
Well, my parents and my sisters and all of them are going.
Yeah.
And we were gonna go join them for a few days.
Yeah.
But Ash, since we got back from Hawaii, she can't take off any days.
Yeah.
So we were literally gonna have to leave Friday night and then leave Sunday night. And that's a 7-hour at least drive
that's
there.
Gnarly.
7-hour back. So we would really have maybe a full day.
Yeah.
So I told her that maybe I'll just take Christian and we're gonna go from, I think it's Thursday, depending on how things look. We might even go earlier, maybe Wednesday night or something.
Yeah.
To Monday.
Okay.
So when we go over there, then he'll be able to spend time with Daniel and Benny.
Yeah.
And just have those experiences that we had, because that's where we used to go camping as a kid.
Okay.
When I was his age, we used to go camping at Lake Tahoe right there.
That's cool.
So hopefully we can make it like a yearly thing.
Yeah.
You know. But one thing that I'm really looking forward to is that when I lived in Northern Nevada, I lived in Gardnerville, which is about 45 minutes from the campgrounds in Tahoe, in the valley.
Yeah.
Because Tahoe's in the mountains. This is in the valley.
Yeah.
So I want to take him to the skate park that I used to skate at when I was a kid.
Sick.
And I think that's going to be fucking rad, bro.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, it is, man. And then I was talking to my sister last night. I don't want to tell the plan, but I was telling you about the plan that I want to do. I want to make sure that we execute it first.
Yeah.
But my sister, she's a photographer, so she's going to come and shoot with us, and then we got a couple projects that we're working on.
Awesome. Yeah,
so I think that'll be fucking cool, man. It's like, that's like the ultimate, dude, is because I remember skating at that park and not having any idea where my life was gonna go to. It's just trying to do something with the day, because I didn't have any friends, or I didn't have anything that I was doing out there, you know. So it was something to make the day go by. And now going back there and taking my son, I think it's going to be fucking cool,
100%.
Man. Right? And then my buddy Raul, who I talk about a lot, he's the one that actually got me into Hondas. He's the owner of Checkered Sports.
Yeah.
He still lives out there in Carson City, which is the same distance to Lake Tahoe. So I'm going to take all the podcast equipment, and hopefully he could come up to the campgrounds or something, and we can do a podcast.
Awesome.
So yeah, that should be cool, man. And plus Brandy's boyfriend Bryce is going too. He's gonna bring his board.
Awesome.
So I'll go hit up the skate park, man, and rip it up.
Sick.
I'm super excited, man. I'm just excited where this year's going, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this year's a lot different than last year was.
Yeah. A lot of new things starting up this year.
A lot of different things, man. We just started the podcast in September of last year.
You're right, huh?
So it hasn't even been a year, dude.
That's crazy.
I feel like the podcast has passed that new thing.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like it's been going on for a lot longer than
84 episodes.
Yeah,
dude.
right?
You know, we're already 84 episodes in. We already have the next few episodes already locked in.
Yeah.
So we're going to hit 100 pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think once we hit 100, like you were saying at lunch, that it's like it's definitely a mark in history.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, man. We have a lot of cool things coming on, but before that, we got to get to work, too.
Right.
We got to go paint this fucking wall.
Right. Paint's dry. Now we gotta get it good.
Paint's dry.
Do it again.
Hell yeah, dude. I think, speaking of skating so much, I think once the Ashley and Christian come home, I want to go take C2 to the skate park for a couple hours.
Sick, yeah.
I don't think it gets dark till like probably 8:30.
Yeah, 8 or 8:30. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
but,
I want to go to Hobart or something this afternoon.
Yeah.
When I get home. But
let's paint this fucking wall, man.
Right. Hey, well, Frank, thank you for coming on my podcast today.
Of course, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, where can they find you if they want to contact you?
If you guys want to contact me, you can find me on Instagram, Frank_Downstar, and that's basically your hub for everything Frankie related.
Awesome. And you guys already know to check out at Downstar on Instagram.
Thank you.
Check out the podcast at Downtime with Downstar. Where else can they find us?
What about you? Where
they can find me at Instagram at Alex from In and Out. And here at Downstart at the shop, we're here in Ventura. We're here Monday through Friday.
Killing it.
Yep. All the other good stuff.
Hell yeah.
I was going to say something, and I totally forget where we were.
You did good, bro.
I forget where you can't even find us. Other than I was like, Downstar, where else do we even have stuff on? I was like, wait, shoot.
You're a good host, Alex. Now take us out. It's episode 84, bro.
All right. This has been episode 84, Downtime with Downstar, Frank and Alex. We out. Peace.
Peace.